The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Don't wait for an AC breakdown this summer. Get a free in-home estimate with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your appointment today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93.
Beer pong. Yeah, it's a fantastic game to play. I love it. And if you do play it, be careful, though, because I recently read on the internet that it's now the leading contributor to the spreading of mono. And I'm not surprised, because anytime I've ever seen a beer pong table set up, it's in the nastiest room I've ever been in. Garbage piled up in the corners, and your feet kind of stick to the floor. What is that, a dirty diaper, a moldy enchilada? I don't know. You can't be too sure. You pick it up, and there's some straggly hair on it that doesn't match anybody who's in the room. Then you just throw it into whatever people are drinking. Oh, dude, I'm getting so sloshed. Or I'm coming down with a fever. I don't know.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Oh, I'm going for the high score.
Sure feels like beer clock.
We're not that drunk.
We're not that drunk.
1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers.
International
Beer Day.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna drink a lot of beer and stay out all night.
the weekend.
Yeah. International Beer Day.
I'd imagine a couple of you derelicts will probably celebrate.
Yeah, why not?
Somebody ought to get on that. International Beer Day. Well, I'll tear into a few this weekend for you, Cubby, if it means anything to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, all those carbs and calories and stuff like that, you're still going to drink some beer.
I will risk the carbs and the calories for you.
Even though it burns my throat when I drink it.
I know that it burns your throat.
And you're going to drink it.
It doesn't bother me the way that it bothers you. I know you like more of like a white wine.
I do like white wine.
I'm well aware of what it...
I will have a nice rosé.
That's right. International Beer Day. Well, that's very special. Yeah.
I'm glad you're here today, Dana. Dana texted us at 1 a.m. saying he was dying.
Oh, is that at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you had a high fever, and you still came in here to infect us all. It's good to see your face.
Well, that's why I texted you guys to see if any of you guys would object if I decided to, that if the fever subsided, which it did, if you would be okay with me coming in.
I figured you were just
you didn't ask.
not going to come in.
there's
I
nothing
figured
about
you were
asking.
just sick still. And I saw your car when I pulled in, and I was like, what in the world is this guy doing here? He texted us. Yeah, I actually opened up the text and checked what time you texted us. And I was like, oh, he needs some sleep. This poor guy.
I'm sorry. I mean, do you want me to leave or go in the other studio?
No,
I don't know.
No, I have to go in the other studio anyway, so.
I'm not sure what we're going to do with you yet.
I'm glad it broke, though.
What is this? 3 hours ago, you had a temperature of 102.5?
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing here? God. That's I would have. I don't think I would have come in on Monday if I had 102.5 temperature on a Friday morning.
I'm glad you're feeling better, though.
Yeah.
You were brutal yesterday.
What is
too.
that? What is that? K102, 102.5?
Is it?
You got the K102 flu.
I could ask my...
I don't know. Did I get the right frequency? I don't
think
know.
so.
That's something, yeah.
You know, it's funny, K102, my stepdaughter listens to that station, and she'll text me things that they're doing in the morning from time to time. And it's fascinating. They do what are they? There's something about dates. Like maybe if they go on a second date, I can't remember. But she'll text me. She likes all that kind of drama, like watching the Kardashians and stuff like that.
There's a lot of drama.
I know what she's talking about, yeah.
Yeah, she's even at WeFest right now.
Oh, wow.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
That's a total gong show.
I know. I had texted her about that yesterday and thought, well, she's going to think I'm a dork. But yeah, it's like,
I've heard some stories.
Careful. Not just necessarily WeFest in itself, but some of those festival concerts.
This is your stepdaughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... then you probably don't want to hear the WeFest stories.
No.
I
mean, I've seen enough Edge, X, and Ozfest stories.
Yeah, you're not completely foreign to it, but... Yeah, I won't tell you any of the WeFest stories that I know. Not while your stepdaughter's up there.
I've heard that WeFest, there is a lot of eye candy.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what
yeah.
flavor of human being you're into. I hear that all the time.
Yeah, I never made it to one of those. I think I've hit damn near all the other festivals, through the years, but I never made it up to that effing scene.
All right, so classic country Jesus and crazy fish guy Jesus. Oh, geez, a few people are texting in. It's called Second Date Update on 102.9. That's not K102? Or is that the Wolf?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's 102.1 and 102.9. They're both country stations.
Okay. For people that work in radio, we know nothing about radio.
Well,
People always assume we have the answers to these questions. We really don't.
In our defense, we're working when this is on, so.
Well, sure.
But I do get updates where she'll say, yeah, this so-and-so did this, but she's going to go on a second date with that person.
With all due respect to other folks in the radio industry here in town, once I walk out of here, the last thing I want is more radio. There are radio personalities who spend their free time listening to other shows in town to find, hey, what are they talking about? So I couldn't do that. I would go absolutely insane. I don't even like what we do.
I don't either.
Why would I want to hear what someone else is?
K102 is 102.1.
All right. That
Okay, so
doesn't really matter.
102.9 is the Wolf.
I worked at a station once where we got tasked with listening to other homework. Go back and listen to other show, taking notes, and then going back to the boss saying, "Here's what they did. Here's what I liked. Here's what I didn't like."
What?
Please, it brings back horrible memories. I used to work with some folks who thought that was the key to success, to find out what everybody else is doing, so we can, tap into. I never went along with it. I always refused. I said, I'm not going home after 6-8 hours of this and then listening to no way. Now my blood pressure's now I have a fever. Just hearing stories like that, how miserable this business can be.
We've met a couple of people from the Wolf, and Greg Thunder. He was always a super nice guy.
I went to dinner with him once.
Yeah, he's we had a promotion at Southdale.
I hated the guy.
What? No way.
I'm kidding.
I was going to say,
it was
he's
that was
such
great.
a likable, nice guy.
We went out to dinner once. Sure.
Yeah, and there was a woman they had on the show it begins with an M. Her name.
Mandy.
Mommy.
Not Drake Thunder. Mommy.
Was it my mommy?
It was not mommy. Not mommy. Mandy. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, she was cool.
Well, god dang. So you had a horrible fever, but you feel better, and now here you are. Dana.
COVID tested and everything. The fever broke. And
what the hell's going on with you? Why did you have a fever?
I think it was because, this is my girlfriend's theory, we were in the pool all day yesterday, and I guess the heat can cause you to have a fever.
Oh, yeah, it definitely can.
Mm-hmm. And I was probably outside more yesterday than I have been the entire summer combined.
Oh, and you said you felt like you had a migraine. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A horrible day to be outside yesterday.
Yeah, I was in a pool.
Or whatever the day before.
Yeah.
Of sadness?
Oh!
Were you in a pool of sadness? Maybe you just sucked in a lot of pool water.
That could be it.
Well, there you go. Hope you're feeling back to 100% sooner than later. Before we get out of here today.
But let's have a best of ready to go for Monday morning.
Yeah.
Just in case you've infected all of them.
You're right. Before we get out of here today, our guys Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, they'll battle it out in another edition of Dad Fights. That'll kick in at around 8 o'clock. And speaking of Randy Shaver, he's hosting his charity walk tomorrow. Josh, are you going to lace up your little tennies for a stroll tomorrow morning?
I wish I could. I can't.
They call it the Shaver Shuffle. You're not going to make it? Wow, you've gone every year.
Well, yeah, I haven't. So, obviously, they canceled 2020, right? And then since then, maybe I went whatever year they did after that, but I've done the virtual one at least 1 year, and then I'm going to do it again this year.
Well, if you're not going...
I got something going in the morning.
These things happen.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain yourself to me. I believe that you have something going on.
Well, I've asked my wife to set a certified letter so that you know that it's true. She's typing it up as we speak. Our lawyer's going to review it, and then we'll send it to you so you know that we are actually in the middle of something tomorrow.
You may have to explain it to Randy. He gets pretty butthurt. But anyway, if you're not going to go, then maybe I'll take your place. But since you've participated in this event before, you got to tell me, how wasted do people get at this thing?
Not at all.
They don't get wasted?
Oh, no.
At the Shaver charity walk?
A lot of them take it very seriously. They want to win that thing.
Really?
I can't see you out there at 9 a.m. I know it's just a stone's throw from your house.
I won't be there.
You know, the problem with I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, this is what screwed me. I've gone every year. you guys won't get any crap because you've never gone.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You've
I
set
see.
the bar low.
Yes. They expect to see you, and now you won't be making it, so they're probably going to bust your balls. They don't expect jack squat from the rest of us. Sure, it's a charity walk for Randy Shaver's Cancer Research Fund. I'm sure it'll be a big crowd, and we always love supporting Randy's this and his that.
It's fun, and you get a chance to hang out with his wife Roseanne, who she'll share all the dirt. She'll tell you what's going on with Randy. She's a blast. Talk about a spitfire. I love spending time with her.
She's a character.
You're never going to be bored around Roseanne Shaver.
She's not afraid to what, Josh?
Go there.
She's not afraid to go there.
And it's fun seeing Randy in such a good mood. It's 50-50 on the radio. Well, I'd say now that he's so close to retirement, he has been in a good mood most of the time.
Isn't that something? Isn't that sad? We couldn't get nothing out of him for years. But now that he's creeping towards retirement, now he's going to make an effort.
Yeah, he's a happy, and he's a grandpa. He's
helps.
excited about that. But it is a lot of fun. So for anybody going out there, I'm sure you'll have a blast. Hopefully there's good weather. I haven't looked ahead. But everybody does seem to take it seriously, and he raises a lot of money for his research. So good event. You guys should go sometime.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Probably not, though. Probably not.
I'm doing a 5K walk next Saturday.
Not with 102.5 fever, you're not.
What's the cause?
Lung cancer awareness, raising money.
That's
well,
cool.
be careful. You ever seen any injuries at the charity walk, Josh? You ever seen anyone snap an Achilles or anything like that?
No.
Turned ankles?
The worst.
There was the
walking trail has a little pothole.
There was only one real story I have from that event, and it was there was this couple, for whatever reason. I was with my stepdaughter, and we're walking, and they really wanted to win the walking portion.
Oh,
right?
well,
I'm not going to run, jog, or shuffle. So we were walking, and so we're like, F these guys. So we would walk faster and get in front of them, and then all of a sudden they'd walk faster. And so we had kind of a walk-off. Did we win? Yes, we did.
Wow.
Nice.
I didn't know that the walk portion had a winner and people going for it.
Oh, it was very passive-aggressive.
Oh, I bet.
To us, it was a comedy bit, but this couple, they wanted to win that walking portion.
That's so funny. I always thought the walk portion was just like, hey, let's raise some money, let's get outside and have some laughs, leisure stroll around the lake, and be done with it.
Well, exactly. I mean, people are pushing strollers and things like that. That's just kind of, for families or folks that are out there just trying to help out and have a good time.
All right, speaking of all this fitness, and feel free to go ahead with the joke. We're at 651-989-9393 if you're still bombing folks with the fitness joke. We've been talking about this Shaver Shuffle charity walk on and off for a couple of weeks, and tomorrow's the event. And I just happened to bump into this random friggin' stat or fact. Well, it looks like this supposed fact was posted on social media a year ago. Who knows? Things can change, but this is what was stated a year ago. In Japan, and Josh and I, God, it's a damn shame we hate traveling so much, because I have a feeling if you and I went to Japan, we'd never come back for quite a few different reasons.
How long would it take for Japan to float here with enough wind and maybe some tugboats?
It ends up just parking right next to St. Paul somehow.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It would have to somehow cross a bunch of land.
It can cross. It can sit right on top of Wisconsin. We're not going to miss anything.
Well, yeah, we'll have to get some heavy haulers. We'd have to lift that, organize something like that. Do you think within the next 5 years we could do it while Mr. Big are still able to play their instruments without crippling arthritis? Mm-hmm. That'd be fantastic.
In Japan, folks between 40 and 74 years old have their waist measured every year. If their waist is over 34 inches for men or 36 inches for women, they are sent to nutrition and exercise professionals.
Wow.
They got some weird stuff over there.
You're sent off to see the gym teacher, an exercise and nutrition professional, and then they whoop your ass back into shape. What the hell?
You're eating too much.
Yeah. 34. If you're over a 34-inch waist for a dude and 36-inch waist for a woman, I mean, that doesn't seem like a problem.
I'm looking
It's
up
not.
the average waist size for an American man, and it looks like between 38 and 40 inches, just on the first few.
Really, that seems very large.
I thought so as well, like for an average.
I mean, I'll tell you this much.
I can't go to the second page of Google. You're a psychopath.
No.
If you go past the first.
There's nothing but bad stuff past there.
But scrolling through the first page, 30.
Really, we're quite large then. But that's no secret. Don't we always hear that we're so fat and we're so out of shape and all that?
Yeah, that's bigger than I would have thought. No, so there's a website called Fitness Volt that said there's a report that recommends 31 and a half inches.
Wait a minute, that's what we should be?
Yeah.
That's
that seems like
that's like a supermodel thin.
Yeah. That's like you're a runner or something.
31-inch waist, that's a runway model.
For average?
Hip bones sticking through the skin.
Yeah, it
type.
is.
That's skinnier than me. I wear 33s now.
Yeah!
Yeah, I was thinking I had
Kids,
a boyfriend
33s.
that was, he had a size
Gosh,
30
gosh.
waist, and he was tiny.
Your boyfriend what?
I had a boyfriend growing up, and his pant size was 30, the waist going around.
Was
and he
that
was
the
tiny.
dude? Was that the dude that we met when you first started working here?
Yes.
Yeah, he was very petite.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of how you like them?
Yeah.
I mean, you've
don't
always
like
had boyfriends or, for a brief time, a husband that run on the thin side.
Yeah.
So she can fire him across the room and say, "You are mine."
Exactly, so I can be the dominant one.
You call that a penis? Shut up, you. I don't want to hear any crying. This is the most common, back to the most common pant size for men, waist size for men around here in the great United States of America. I like to think that I'm wearing the most common size. I've been wearing a 34-inch set of pants for years.
That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah, the reason why, that's what you would have guessed is the most common?
Yeah, like 34, maybe 36.
It's got to be because whenever I go to the pants store, there's always a hell of a lot of 38s and 40s and only like one pair of 34s.
Yeah.
But damn, can you picture that? You're living in Japan. Here comes the nutrition and exercise police. They measure your waist. You're over 34 inches, and they send you off to the gym.
Well, my parents in middle school got a letter from like the National Health Board that their son was dangerously out of shape.
That would be you.
Yeah, because remember how you used to have to do the mile run, the sit and reach, and all that kind of stuff in school?
I
Did
suppose.
you guys not have to do that?
Yeah,
okay.
the fitness test.
Yeah, fitness test.
Oh,
Yes.
the presidential fitness
Right.
exam. Okay, I think so.
So in 7th grade, we had to do the mile, and I had a soccer game that night. I'm like, I don't need to prove anything. And so me and my buddy, we decided, let's see who between the two of us can get the slowest time possible. So we were just taking like the smallest baby steps, and our mile times ended up being like an hour and 15 minutes. So that's what got submitted to the presidential exam. They sent like a warning letter to my parents. Like, your kid's in rough shape.
That's a good bit.
The teacher's just so annoyed with us. He's like, I know you guys are athletes. Run.
He said the paramedics waiting for you.
Beef Cannon Jesus said, standing at 6'6", if I had a 31-inch waist, I could turn sideways and disappear.
That's so true.
Not Munching Jesus said, I'm 6'6". I haven't had a 34-inch waist since I turned around 12. Here's someone that's 6'5". Boy, there's a lot of tall people listening. Last time I had a 34-inch waist was probably middle school.
I didn't think about, the tall guys.
So this is Healthline.com now says the average American man, 197.9 pounds. Average waist circumference, 40.2 inches. Average height, 5 feet 9 inches.
So we're not that tall and we're kind of round. Fair enough. Now, back to this Japanese mandate, if that's the correct word, where if a man has over a 34-inch waist and a woman has over a 36-inch waist, they send them off to the nutrition and exercise folks.
So that's
They're
confusing. There's a 36, because women are usually, at least here, they're measured differently, correct? Or the numbers are
I have
different.
no idea.
No, it's measured the same when it comes to like the size of your waist. So yeah, I was wondering why they give women 2 more inches. Usually it's like the other way around, isn't it?
Anybody want to make a joke about giving a woman 2 more inches?
I was trying to come up with one that was more clever than your average. Didn't have it. So, but I thought like if you wear a size 4 pants, and I don't even know what size that is, but like, isn't that how women order?
Yep, yeah. Some places are like 2, 4, 6, but some places are like 24, 28. It makes no sense.
Okay, so like what would you say is the average pant size for a woman, the way women order them?
Based off of like the stores when I go shopping, I'd say probably size like 5, 6.
Okay, so in the 5, 6 range?
Yeah, maybe 4. Yeah.
So the word is, ever since they kicked in this rule where dudes have to keep a smaller waist, women have to keep a smaller waist in Japan, or they send you off to the gym, ever since they kicked this in, obesity dropped below 4%, and life expectancy is higher than anywhere in the world. And that's something I bet you've also heard before, that for whatever reason in Japan, they live forever.
Well, hopefully it would. I mean, did they expect a different result? They're basically making it like illegal to be overweight.
No, I don't think they expected a different result.
Yeah.
Obesity below 4%. What's the obesity percentage here in America? And again, keep in mind that the definition of obese is ridiculous.
True, yep.
The definition of overweight is ridiculous around here, where the doctors, whoever comes up with this, the American Health Association, I don't know who these people are.
So the CDC says in 2017, the U.S. obesity prevalence, 41.9%.
Yeah. Yikes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, bro.
But again, it's stupid. I mean, really, honestly, I would be considered, I think the last time we had this conversation about the
BMI?
Is that what it is? BMI, thank you.
Body mass index.
Something like that, where you are, by your weight and height and everything, deemed to be, the proper weight, slightly overweight, obese, right? I believe the last time we did this, Josh, I was just about into the obese level. It's really odd. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that thing is so skewed.
I know. I mean, I've heard from plenty of people in fitness and even doctors saying it doesn't. I mean, you could be totally yoked and be considered, according to that, obese.
Right.
So yeah, I've heard plenty of people say it's garbage.
Right. So
the BMI
keep that in mind, but unbelievable.
This text says, I think I'm going to just stay quiet on the obesity conversation. That's from Fatter Than Most Jesus.
Ah, man. Any other big things happening this weekend before we move on? Movies, television series, weddings, funerals, WWE pay-per-views?
Dana, are you going to watch? Yeah, SummerSlam's this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I got a buddy that's going to it.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
Detroit?
Yeah, in Detroit.
Are you going to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie for the 3rd time?
I might find a way to mix it in, yeah.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I think so.
You liked it that much?
Yeah, I really do.
That's hilarious. You've seen it twice.
It's a lot of fun.
It came out on Wednesday.
You got to get a grip, dude.
Makes me happy, man.
So the second time you saw it, did you wear the Turtles mask or the Turtles?
No, I didn't wear the Turtles
bandana?
mask, but I did put on a T-shirt though.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love your passions.
It's fun, man. It's a good movie. It's a legit. It's not just a good Turtles movie. It's a good movie. It's very much made in the vein of the Into the Spider-Verse animated movies. It's got a good story and it's fun.
Boy, that was so much better than I thought. I didn't see the second one.
Yeah,
the first one I wasn't really looking forward to. My kid wanted to watch it. I watched it and thought, wow, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine the second time you went was with a whole group of friends?
Yeah,
like a bunch of buddies?
Yeah. No, me and 4 other people in the movie theater. All 3 of them also solo.
And did you go? Oh, also solo.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
My girlfriend does want to see it this weekend, though, because she's a 2nd grade teacher, and she goes, I'll just be the king teacher of all the boys because they'll have all seen it. so she can talk turtles with them. She'll be able to relate with the kids on day one.
So you really might see it 3 times within about a week?
Yeah. I mean, it's an hour and a half of my day. It's not like it's Oppenheimer. I'm committing 3.5 hours.
Well, I understand, but it's the same movie.
3 times.
You have to admit that's a little different than the average experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I see a movie 3 times in my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
for real.
When you were a kid, you must have. Kids are renowned for that.
I really don't rewatch movies too often.
I get my balls busted for watching the same stuff over and over and over and over again.
You know what you like.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, well, there you go. What do we got going on again? I said Dad Fights 139 between Randy and Brad.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry to interrupt.
What?
Wapple, how do you leave out that you're throwing out the first pitch at the Twins game this weekend?
Yeah,
wow,
duh.
I completely
He just
forgot about
asked if
that.
anything was going on this weekend.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, I totally forgot. Yeah, on Sunday I'm throwing out the first pitch.
Wapple, tell everybody how many friends and family have coming to the game.
I have over 65 right now.
I do not have that many people
There
in my
would not
life
be
that
that many-
care about me.
Yeah.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
What are you talking
have-
about? What?
Me and my sister, there's been so many people that want to go to this, so me and my sister set up a group ticket package where my friends and family can all come and get tickets in a group. So we have over 65 people
Do
coming.
they realize you're not starting for the Twins? That you're just...
Oh, I forgot to break that news to them.
I don't even.
they
There's
just
no
think it's-
way I could get that many people to come to anything I'm doing. That's
My funeral.
You're loved,
Yeah,
man.
they just think it's really cool, and they're coming to support me.
That's
Even
awesome.
my 94-year-old grandma's coming.
Cute, dude.
You know what, Wapple? How long have we known each other? You, me, and Nick.
Ooh, 10.5 years.
And we're close.
Yeah.
Can't be there on Sunday. Not going to make it.
Man, this has been the weirdest 4 or 5 minutes of radio I've experienced in a long time. We got one guy who's going to see the same movie for the 3rd time in 3 days, and another guy who somehow has convinced nearly 70 people to come watch him throw out. I mean, it's 5 seconds.
Yeah, I got 2 big
Are you
families.
are you dying?
Well, so
They
you
just haven't
got,
told you yet.
as Nick said, you got nearly 70 people. You set up this whole thing, yet you forgot in 2 days you're going to be doing this.
Yes. not top of mind right now. So many other things going on. I mean, tomorrow I have. Tonight I might be going to Valley Fair. We'll see.
Oh.
I don't know. I really don't like Valley Fair, obviously, because of the heights. So
Yeah, why would you go?
I think it's still fun, even if I can't really do rides anymore. I've become a giant wimp with rides. My stomach just can't handle it.
Wapple, I was there a few weeks ago, and I didn't go on any rides, and I still had a wonderful time.
Yeah, you'll like it.
I would have to pay to drink beer.
Pay to pay.
Well, it's like going to a show, right? You
Yeah,
gotta do that. I mean, you get a show, and it's entertaining. There's plenty of
Yeah.
stuff you could do there.
And then tomorrow we got the Washington County Fair, and then at night we have wrestling at St. Paul Park.
Oh, sweet.
At, Broadway Bar and Grill.
You have a crazy busy weekend.
Yes.
You know what's awesome?
Way too much.
5, 6, 7 minutes ago, Nick asked if there was anything going on this weekend, and you said no.
Right. Who's wrestling on Saturday night? Anyone I'd know?
Brandon Gore, I think, is going to be there.
I've seen him many times. He's terrific.
Eric Cannon should be there.
Oh, the anarchist.
Yep.
Yes, Eric
He's a
Cannon.
good guy.
The Badger will be there.
I don't know if I know the Badger.
She's a girl. She's a hard ass.
Yeah, she's tough.
Word.
And that's all I really know right now.
6% body fat Rob James.
Haven't seen him on the bill yet.
Claim to fame? My wife's friend dated him. 6%. Yeah.
6% body fat.
Yeah. That's it.
He doesn't need to worry about all these conversations we're having about obesity. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back here in a minute on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
CJ Ham for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. When I'm on the field, I can take anything. But at home with my family, we like everything to be comfortable. That's why I trust the pros at Standard. They've been keeping Minnesotans like me comfortable for over 90 years.
Is your cooling system making strange noises or not cooling properly? Don't wait for an AC breakdown this summer. Get a free in-home estimate with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your appointment today at standardheating.com.
Are you currently enjoying the show on the Stitcher app? Then you need to know Stitcher is going away on August 29th. Yep, going away, as in kaput, gone, dead. Rest in peace, Stitcher, and thanks for 15 years of service to the podcast community. So switch to another podcast app and follow this show there. Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I hear you. God dang, our final stupid news of the week. Kind of emotional, isn't it?
Come a long way.
See if I can get through it. All right, before I begin, I have to go ahead and issue an adorable elderly person warning. Conditions are right here in this story for Jurassic Charm. So be ready. Like Betty White used to do, you know?
Yeah, I like Betty White.
An 87-year... Huh?
She was great.
Wasn't she? An 87-year-old lady in Maine. She fought off a teenage scumbag kid that broke into her house in the middle of the night. And then because she's so old and cute, she fed the sumbitch.
I jumped out of bed, got my shoes on real fast because they don't have ties, and I was ready to kick. I grabbed my chair, and he grabbed me by the shoulders and pushed me against the wall and so forth. So I took my chair and I kept hitting him.
That's Marjorie Perkins.
Dude, she is cute.
Our grandma's the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course she'd feed you.
She was out cold last Wednesday night when she woke up to see this kid standing over her bed threatening to cut her. He was going to cut a golden girl. And as you heard there in the audio, she said at that moment, she thought to herself, if he's going to cut, I'm going to kick. So she jumped out of her bed and she got her shoes on real fast.
Because they don't have ties.
Sliders.
Yep.
I wonder what her definition of real fast looks like. Because I'm 51, and I bet if you watch me try to get out of bed and get a pair of shoes on my feet as fast as I can, you'd be astonished at how long it would actually take me. Problem is, my legs are cooked. And they have been for years already. But anyway, Marjorie got up out of bed, put her shoes on, and that's when this crackhead teenager shoved her against a wall. But Marjorie grabbed a chair, like you heard her say. She grabbed a chair, and she fought the kid off, and then he punched her in the forehead.
How do you punch an old lady?
Seriously, I would never feel bad.
No, I mean, like, how to do it, because I'd like to do it.
You like to learn how to throw a punch?
What would you do?
Closed fist.
Closed fist?
Yeah.
How about you drive an elbow?
Oh, fist, then elbow, or just elbow?
Just with the elbow.
I better write this down so I don't forget.
The kid ran out of gas, though. You know, I don't know. I'm getting crack rocks, something. The kid ran out of gas pretty quickly, and he walked off into her kitchen. And then he said he was hungry. So Marjorie put together something or another to eat for the kid. And
He said he was very hungry, so I gave him crackers and peanut butter. Be ready to kick, and then pick up a chair and hit somebody with it.
That's like such a grandma thing to make for you, too, isn't it?
Dude, you got it. Well, wait till you hear the whole mix. You want to talk about ordering off the senior menu. Marjorie put together, like you heard her say there, a plate of crackers with peanut butter, along with a couple of tangerines and 2 bottles of Ensure.
No way.
And then, while the kid was enjoying his high-protein nutritional shake that will help maintain or gain a healthy weight, Marjorie called the cops on her rotary phone. For you Dice fans, the rotary. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The kid ran off, but a police dog sniffed out the peanut butter and put the bite on his ass. And then after it was all said and done, Cubby, Marjorie knew the kid. She said he's a 17-year-old. It turns out that the same kid had gone ahead and mowed her lawn for her about 10 years ago.
Oh, darn.
She says she hopes the kid gets help. One of her neighbors then gifted her a baseball bat in case any other crackheads jump into her house in the middle of the night.
And she's such a sweet lady. She said of his lawn mowing skills, he did a darn good job. He's good at mowing.
Cute.
Couple of bottles of Ensure.
Gross.
You guys drink that stuff?
No.
I did at one point, yeah.
What for?
To regain some weight that I lost. Yeah, it was so disgusting. Ugh.
It didn't taste good at all?
No, but...
Maybe that's why the kid ran out of there. This stuff is terrible. What was wrong with it? Is it chalky? Is it...
Yeah, I'd say it's chalky. It just doesn't have a good flavor because you have chocolate and you have vanilla, and you're thinking it's going to taste like chocolate or like white milk, and no, not at all.
Didn't like it?
Very misleading.
What do I hear that a lot of grown folks, you don't even have to be that old, a lot of grown folks are drinking Petey Popper?
Pedialyte.
Poppy? How do you say it?
Pedialyte?
Yeah.
That stuff is really good for hangovers.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Outdoor Weed Jesus says we have it all wrong. If you want to punch, I said, how do you punch an old lady? And here's some instructions. What you do is, according to Outdoor Weed Jesus, you punch the old lady in the stomach, right? When she doubles over in pain, then you land an elbow drop to the back of the head. And that's how you do it.
Oh, man. Dang. Power bomb off the stage onto a table is how the Dudley boys would tell you to take an old lady out.
They did that to Mae Young.
They sure did. They sure did.
That was one of the greatest moments in sports history.
One of those iconic images, you know?
Yep.
Bubba Ray power bombs Mae Young, who was, 90 years old at the time?
Had to have been.
Off the stage, down onto a table. And I remember, if you can find that Summers Wapple, I remember JR was disgusted. Jim Ross was disgusted by their behavior. Well, this is awful, this next here story, and needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. I've just learned that ladies are heading out to the neighborhood gym wearing those damn yoga pants without any underwears.
Yeah, that's like the point.
I found that out. I had asked my wife, is that true? You know, she works in the gym. Is that true? And she said the same thing as you. Like, yeah, they're designed for that.
Yeah, it's normal.
Okay, I don't go to the gym, but you might want to, and there's plenty out there like me who don't know what's going on at the gym, so you better brace yourselves at Lifetime Fitness. Your phones are about to... Yeah. You're going to get some phone calls from dudes in their 50s looking for a membership. It says here that apparently this yoga pants and no drawers is a new trend. That's what they're saying in the story. Don't kill the messenger. They're also saying that not everybody's happy about it. Folks started talking about this because of a podcast. I hate podcasts.
Even Macklemore's?
Macklemore? He's got a good one.
Do you know we have a podcast?
No, I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm sorry I said anything.
A lot of people tune in for the music.
Some killer tunes on the podcast.
On a podcast, a fitness, god dang it, a fitness influencer called Laura Henshaw started a drawers or no drawers under the yoga pants conversation, all right? And they went back and forth on topics like panty lines, sweaty vaginas, and discharge stains.
Oh, okay.
You know, Josh, next time I do a band intro live on stage, I'm going to use that for a cheap pop when I take the stage. What's up, discharge stains? You ready to rock?
That sounds like the name of a band Grindcore Jesus might listen to.
Definitely.
Boy, he's told us over the years some of what's in his playlist, and it made me a little sick to my stomach, some of those names.
I said, are you ready to effing rock? Here they are, Finger 11.
Oh, I know why you came up with that.
Me too.
All right, Florida transplant Jesus. We got it all wrong about punching an old lady.
What?
You can't go wrong with an eye gouge first. It throws them off their game.
That's true.
Wait a minute, you can't eye gouge an elderly person. They're wearing glasses.
Well, yeah.
This guy's plan sucks. I just derailed his plan.
That's true. Yeah, what are you going to do there?
You're going to cut your finger.
Dang it.
Some kind of a discharge stain or something like that? Where did he go beyond the eye gouge?
You just said it throws them off their game. Well, shoot. Yeah, thank God you brought that up because I'd hate to find myself in a situation where I'm going to punch an innocent old lady or try and eye gouge her and she's got glasses on. I wouldn't know what to do.
Here's what I do. I get a hold of their hearing aid and I twist. And they're just completely discombobulated because the ears, that's how you keep your equilibrium, right? So now they're dizzy, right? And then wobble, sweet chin music. After I twist
he's grabbing that audio.
Okay, Dana, Ashley, and Josh, sweet chin music.
Finish her off?
Yep. Oh, right before I give her the sweet chin music, I say, I'm sorry, I love you. And then I give them the sweet chin music.
As she's fading into unconsciousness, she reaches into her purse because grandmas are so sweet and just hands you a nice butterscotch and tissue, just in case you need it.
Seriously, I think that hearing aid and then twist is how you get started with that. What was I talking
We're wrong
about?
again.
What?
Angry bus driver Jesus says, no. You can't go wrong with choke slamming an old lady on a pile of thumbtacks like Cactus Jack.
Oh, wow.
Bang, bang. He's not listening. Bang, bang. Oh, he's back.
All right, what were we talking about? Girls not wearing
undies.
Panties, and then they pull on the yoga pants, and then they go to the fitness center. Okay. So everyone's talking about this. Do you or do you not put drawers on underneath your yoga pants? Ashley, you came off earlier in the story. What did you say? That's the point? You're not supposed to wear underwears under your yoga pants?
Yeah, I always thought that was normal. Yeah, I don't.
Don't you worry about, doing bent over rows and then they bust open and your beehole and...
No, I buy leggings that fit.
Huh?
I buy leggings that fit. They're the right size. They're good quality, so they're made to not be see-through and made to move with my body.
Okay, remember that gal who was what's this deal in the Olympics? There's like a thing
rowing?
No, you're going down a hill in the snow. You're
skiing,
1, 2, 3.
Going down
bobsled,
toboggan. Oh,
I don't know the motion you were doing.
I know. It's like it could be downhill skiing.
Yeah, you're moving your arms.
Remember this?
Could be that
remember when this was? The gal was doing the ready 1, 2, 3, getting ready to go down the hill on her bobsled, and they wore that skin-tight suit, and then the freaking suit just popped like a zit on prom night, and her entire ass. Remember that video?
Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
Yep.
Just papa.
All right, so we got Mae Young going through a table here.
Curtis,
I don't think. For God's sakes! This is just damn horrible. Look at oh my God! Mighty.
And you said she was in her 70s?
Oh, 90s.
90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you watch the video, Josh?
No, I just have the audio.
Oh, you won't believe it.
You have to watch it.
If she
That's
wasn't
commitment to her craft.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
If she wasn't 90, she was 88 or 89. I mean, she was elderly. Watch the video, Josh. You won't believe it. This was actually aired on television. And then Bubba Ray Dudley did that far away, he has that, what do they call that, the 1,000-yard stare?
Yeah.
He's just obsessed with whatever. All right, girls in their whatever. They're arguing about it on podcasts, whether or not women should wear underwears under their... And then someone in the article said something about Khloe Kardashian, and then I gave up. I had enough.
Good call.
But so I was wondering, since I know nothing about this, it sounds like it's not a big deal. Ashley and other women are running around gyms with yoga pants and no panties.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're watching the video?
I can't believe they did this. I mean, I don't know if I could be a part of something like that. I'm not trying to be insulting to her level of talent, but my God.
Just folded her up, too. Just legs behind her head at the end, too. Just, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Now, she's the same lady that gave birth to a hand?
Yes.
The exact same one.
Can I see the video real quick, Josh? We're watching Mae Young from 20 years ago get powerbombed through a table by Bubba Ray Dudley.
She was 77 at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that shocks me.
I mean, that's still old.
That's still old.
But yeah, it's not 90,
I thought she was much older than that.
Oh, and he's even grabbing her by the hair. She's just desperately trying to get out of this.
Oh. Wait a minute. This is the wrong video.
Oh, it is? This is
Yeah.
still pretty impressive.
Well, this was just off the second rope onto a table. I'm talking about when he went off the stage. Do you guys not know what I'm talking about?
I've never seen it, no.
There was another incident
where I guess that happened twice in consecutive Raws.
The second time was way worse. He went off the stage or a platform. It was way worse than coming off the second rope. See if you can find that one, Wapple. Take your time. Don't worry.
So that's the wrong audio?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, are you talking about the one where she starts off in a wheelchair with a neck brace?
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, she was wearing a neck brace because of the prior power bomb that we just watched. And then the following week, he made it even worse. It was even higher up.
Oh my God.
Hoosier Jesus said Bubba Ray once said Mae Young ripped one in his face during that move.
Yes. I had heard that before.
Guys.
All right, let's see. Is this the one?
What I was wondering, Ashley, I never got around to it, and the answer must be no. I was wondering, with no idea what goes on at the gym these days, are there any joints who have policies where women, you have to wear your underwears under your yoga pants?
Not,
it doesn't sound
not
like
underwear, no, but there are some gyms where you can't be in a sports bra or spandex.
Okay.
You have to be more covered up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more it makes other people more comfortable if they're body conscious. You don't need a cute little thing running around making you
Friggin'
be
chicks at the gym, man. Remember that guy, Josh?
Yeah, that's sickening.
Chicks.
All right, Short But Fat Jesus sent me the video. Bubba Ray Dudley powerbombing Mae Young.
Yes.
So this looks like it might have been from the same year.
Yeah, it was the following week.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said following year. Yes, the following week. So I haven't had time to cut the audio up, but I think I've got it close to where it happens.
Well, they can't cuss.
Yeah, they don't cuss, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Stand. Kneel. Hey, wait a minute. What the hell? No! God, no, for God's sake, don't do it!
just laying there.
Powerbomb Mae Young from the stage to the floor to a table. And that son of a bitch is back in that trance. I can't believe it.
So
I couldn't believe it.
She's also wearing a neck brace from the last one.
Yes, that's the one.
The WWE can be so great.
I would rather go through the stage table than the one in the ring, though.
What?
Because you have that huge pad outside the stage that'll actually brace your fall. In the ring, there's nothing.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think they jumped from such a higher level in the second one. For Pete's sake, it was a second rope. The first one.
When I'm 77, I don't want to go through a table in either fashion. Really, I don't think.
I've seen you jump through a table.
They immediately put her on a stretcher.
Son of a bitch!
That's so funny.
God, that show used to be incredibly awesome.
She's one tough lady.
Yes. All right. Friggin' chicks at the gym. I can't get a decent workout in because of the chicks. It's a real dude I saw at the gym many years ago. He said that to another guy. Hey,
was
man.
the other guy looking at him like, you're insane?
Oh, yeah. First off, this guy was working out with massive sunglasses on indoors, right?
That's cool.
And he's doing 3,000-pound curls. Yeah! He's one of those guys, right? Another guy walks up. Hey, Donnie. Sunglasses, steroid tiger says, oh, hey, man. Where you been, Donnie? I ain't seen you here in a while. Yeah, I got a membership at this other gym for a while. But now I decided to come back here. Why'd you come back? And this is seriously how the guy came off. Well, at the other place, can't get a good friggin' workout in because of the friggin' chicks walking around the place wearing their friggin' spandex, man. Can't get a decent workout in.
That's
and
odd.
me and this other guy, what's that Homer Simpson meme where he falls into the bushes?
Yeah.
I said to myself, I have to get out of here because this guy's going to choke somebody to death.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Dude.
Into his psyche there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's okay, dude. It's okay. There's no chicks here right now. It's just us dudes, okay? So how much you curling there? Is it 3,000? Yeah, you look pretty good. You look pretty cut. All right, the Barbie thing has gone mental, but you already knew that. Barbie this, Barbie that. Sorry I blew up that. I was spitting everywhere when I was doing my imitation of Crazy Donnie the sunglasses wearing a gym member. I might have scared some of you. I didn't mean to.
I found it refreshing. It's a little warming.
Some gal turned on, or how do you say it? She turned on TikTok and told a story about how when she was a kid, her mom's accidentally hired a stripper for her Barbie-themed 5th birthday party. It also says here, the internet is full of stories like this one where a mom has accidentally hired an adult entertainer for her daughter's birthday. I didn't know that. The internet is full of stories like that.
I've never heard of that.
No, me neither. This here gal is named Julie, and when she was 5, she had a Barbie-themed birthday party. Her mama hired an entertainer that she found in the phone book to dress up as Barbie.
Anyone ever been to one of those where they hire an actor to come in and portray something?
No, I wish.
My niece, a few years ago, they hired Ariel, the mermaid from The Little Mermaid.
Sure.
She was excellent.
Was she?
Yeah.
That's cool.
She wasn't a real mermaid. It was an actress dressed up as a mermaid, but she was very good.
Did you get a discount then? You know,
I didn't pay a thing.
Oh, so yes,
false advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Typical chick, man. Freaking chicks.
That's typically a real hot mermaid.
They're always dishonest with us, man.
Why is she wearing a seashell bra? Distracting.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I'm going to hurt myself. God, I don't know how he wouldn't be. This is 20 years ago. He must have strangled somebody.
Because that kind of anger wasn't common 20 years ago like it is today.
No, you're right.
So you're probably a little shocked.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great point. Nowadays, people act like that all over town, over the littlest things.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, it was shocking. All right. So anyway, a lady named Barbie showed up for this little 5-year-old girl's birthday party, but the gal dressed as Barbie, she thought she was there to, haul out her gear. She was a stripper. The stripper was very professional. She adapted her routine to fit with her audience. Isn't that cute?
Thank God.
That's funny.
What if she didn't? No, I'm the artist here.
Mm-hmm.
Others shared their stories, as you might do on TikTok. Other folks shared their stories. Somebody said, my mom accidentally ordered the Spice Channel in place of a Spice Girls concert on pay-per-view.
You can see my mom doing something like this.
I would have done just about anything to have the Spice Channel back.
Can you imagine getting that lucky when you're a young man, Nick?
Ooh-wee. But then when I got a little older, maybe it wasn't me, it was a good friend of mine. When I got a little older, a good friend of mine got a cheater box.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
And I mean my friend, had the Spice Channel 24 hours a day. And one time, I mean my friend, fell asleep on the couch in front of the Spice Channel.
Oh, no.
And I mean my friend's wife's friend came over to see the... All right, fine, it's too confusing. I had free porn at one point or another, 24 hours at the house. And one afternoon, I got home from work, and I laid down on the couch to watch porno. It wasn't anything horrible. I kept my hands... what's the opposite of busy?
Idle?
Thank you. My hands were idle. I was just watching. And then I fell asleep. What I had forgotten was that my wife at the time, one of her best friends, was coming over. And I was woken up by my wife's best friend. Hey, where's Missy, my wife at the time? Oh, and I'm dead asleep. Oh, she'll be here, and I think she's scheduled to get home here in a few minutes. So my wife's best friend walks in the house looking for my wife, goes down into the basement, finds me asleep in front of roaring porno on the television. Luckily, my hands were idle. Luckily, I wasn't laying there with my underwears and around my ankles, completely unconscious.
Yeah. My sight and my hearing, I think, is going, right? Wearing headphones all day and just getting old. And I think part of that might be due to the Spice Channel back in the day, because like when our parents would go to sleep, you turn it on, and then you try and just squint through all the static. Every once in a while, you might hear a noise. You're just listening so hard you wanted to catch just a little bit of this. You guys do the same thing? Please, God, tell me you did.
No.
Oh, what? Watch scrambled porn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
F yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Before I got lucky enough to get that
That wasn't real porn, was it? Or was it?
Yeah.
Because I remember barely seeing anything.
Wait a minute.
I thought it was more softcore.
It was X. It wasn't. Yes, it was. It was maybe double X.
Like you wouldn't see
there
any.
was no penetration or money shots.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you even see private parts?
Yes. Yes.
Great movie, by the way, Howard Stern.
Definitely.
And then, yeah, you're right, Josh. There was different levels of the channel. You know what I'm saying? The standard one, the stuff that we tried to watch through squiggly lines when we were kids. That wasn't hardcore. By the way, speaking of, I know Wample's been working his ass off over there trying to find Bubba Ray, Dudley, and Mae Young audio. Maybe we can find this audio at one point or another on the topic of a little kid's birthday gone wrong. One of the funniest, in my opinion, one of the funniest little snippets from the history of Cheers was when Cliff Clavin is explaining how his mother hired a clown for his birthday when he was 7 or 8, and none of the other kids showed up, so it was just him and the clown for 2.5. Maybe you have to see it because John Ratzenberger did such a great job playing some physical, comedy in that scene, but that is a scene I look forward to every time. Cliff Clavin telling the story of when his mother hired a clown for his birthday and no other kids showed up.
Or Cliffy.
Just me and the clown, 2.5 hours. And he's doing his you gotta hear it or see it. What do I have time for, Josh? One more?
Yeah, I always forget. What time do we usually get out of this?
We're getting there.
Oh, he's not listening.
Yeah,
I don't like it when he's not listening.
All right, how about this? Okay, these things happen too to parents. What else do I have here? Yeah, we're good. We'll do this and we'll get the hell out of here. These things happen. A lady here, she's got a kid or two. She was trying to buy a rubber ducky for her 4-year-old daughter, but instead she upped and bought something called a penis confetti gun.
Fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Did you do anything like that at your bachelorette party?
I had some penis-themed things, but didn't go too overboard.
Buck. Oh, yeah, the suck for a buck.
I wanted all of that cheesy crap.
So what penis-themed thing?
Penis straws.
Did you have?
Yeah, penis straw.
Like a big inflatable
penis
candy?
candy. No big inflatable penis. Stupid.
Penis candles on the cake. Was the cake shaped like a penis?
No, I didn't even get a cake. Was I supposed to get a cake?
Probably should have got a cake, yeah.
Josh was there for my 40th birthday party when I got a big set of boobs cake.
Maybe for my 40th birthday, you can get me a penis cake.
You'll be dead before you're 40.
Well, if you're not, we will. You're 25?
Yeah, we'll be dead before you're 40.
No way we're around in 15 years.
15 years? You guys are good.
We will be dead. All right, so this lady, she saw what she thought was a rubber ducky in a bargain bin, I think at a thrift shop, but it wasn't a rubber ducky. I mean, it's a cute story, but did you see the PP confetti gun, Josh?
I did.
Would you have thought that was a damn rubber ducky?
No, it doesn't look like one at all. And also, it's called the Pecker Party Confection Gun, which that would tip me off as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or confetti gun, excuse me. Confection would be different. Now I'm starving.
The gal seems to want to push the scenario that she got confused by the word pecker. She might have been thinking, okay, it's a duck, it has a beak, it pecks. I don't know what happened here. But when she got home, she read the packaging, and like Josh said, it's called the Rainbow Pecker Party Confetti Gun. She squeezed it, and it sprayed penis-shaped confetti all over her house.
Outside of being yellow, it does not look like a bird.
Yeah, it's missing its whole face if it is.
Yeah, it's a rubber ducky with no face. Again, with the comment section, here's what folks said. Of course, everyone has to share a relatable story. A gal accidentally bought penis-shaped pasta. And she hasn't cooked it yet. She doesn't think she could handle watching her kids eat mini pasta penises.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Freddie Freeman deposits one down the line, but look at the youngster. I got it. Wait, do I hit the cutoff after this? What do we do? Do I keep it? Do you need it?
Coaches always tell me to make the play.
See that?
Did everyone see the look on that kid's face at the Dodger game when he fielded a ball that was still in play?
It was very cute. Became an instant meme.
That's what they called it from the get-go, Cubby. They called it meme-worthy.
Yeah.
That's up on 93x.com.
A kid, he thought, uh-oh, am I in trouble?
Yep,
Son
I
of
just
a
messed up.
bitch.
Dad's going to yell at me.
Reached right into the field to play. Fred Freeman of the Dodgers hit a ball down the right field line. The young kid reached over the outfield wall with the ball very clearly still in play and plucked it out. Plucked it into his glove. His reaction was good. He knew he effed up. He didn't know if he might be able to take it back. I mean, do I throw it back out there? What do I do?
I didn't know what to do. Maybe nobody saw.
The Twins ended their road trip with a good vibe. They beat the St. Louis Cardinals 5-3 last night. Oh, they got the dongs out. Michael A. Taylor and Ryan Jeffers each hit a 2-run shot in the second inning. So the fellas won 2 of 3 in the series. Sonny Gray picked up the win. Hell, he hadn't had a win in months. April 30th was his last win. Duran picked up the save. Now they're back home for the Joe Mauer Hall of Fame weekend. Arizona Diamondbacks are in town for 3. Tonight's game starts at 7 o'clock. And Wapple, much like the Revolution, this will be televised on Bally Sports. Bailey Ober going to pitch. And then Saturday's the Joe Mauer Hall of Fame. Sunday, Wapple throws out the first pitch. See if he can be the first member of the show to come anywhere near the strike zone.
I believe in you, Wapple.
I'm bringing the cheese.
Randy and Brad at 7:30 for Dad Fights. Stay tuned for Josh's news.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
CJ Ham for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. When I'm on the field, I can take anything. But at home with my family, we like everything to be comfortable. That's why I trust the pros at Standard. They've been keeping Minnesotans like me comfortable for over 90 years.
Is your cooling system making strange noises or not cooling properly? Don't wait for an AC breakdown this summer. Get a free in-home estimate with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your appointment today at standardheating.com.
Are you currently enjoying the show on the Stitcher app? Then you need to know Stitcher is going away on August 29th. Yep, going away, as in kaput, gone, dead. Rest in peace, Stitcher, and thanks for 15 years of service to the podcast community. So switch to another podcast app and follow this show there. Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
It's kind of a violent act for sure, but it's a very violent to run a pole through someone's head.
And what I imagine is a clear violation of U.S. flag code. An Oklahoma man's accused of thrusting a flagpole through another man's head at a Sonic. The flag was still attached.
Oh, my damn.
Officers, I didn't even know you could do that. Officers responded to a call about a stabbing at the restaurant on the city's south side about 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, but arrived to find a victim with a large American flag lodged in his skull. Witnesses told police they saw a man identified as Clinton Collins charge at the victim and stab him with the flagpole right through the head. Witnesses told police Collins said, "That's what he gets. He deserved it." Collins was taken into custody immediately, but it took longer to help the victim, whose injuries put firefighters in a delicate predicament. The pole entered the victim's head beneath his jaw and then exited the other side near his right temple.
I see where they went with that. Sure, okay.
The American flag was still attached to the pole at the time. Due to the size of that pole, firefighters had to cut part of it out for the victim to fit into the ambulance even. Ooh. A police spokesperson said, miraculously, we're told the victim will survive his injuries, but will likely lose an eye.
Ugh. F me running. What did he do to, at least according to the assailant, deserve such a thing? Do you know how it started?
They didn't say. I'm going to guess nothing. But man, you just got stabbed through the head with a flagpole.
That sucks.
Ouch.
I don't get it.
A man on board a Delta Airlines plane attacked a flight attendant, put her in a chokehold, and threatened to cut off her head before slashing the woman for no apparent reason. The chaos erupted Wednesday at about 4 p.m. when Flight 2432 landed in New Orleans from Atlanta. Deputies said 39-year-old Nelson Montgomery pulled out a sharp object and hurt himself with it before the agitated man turned his attention to a nearby flight attendant.
He had already cut his throat.
Okay, so you were already...
He was already bleeding when he came up to the front. There was a blood trail up the seats from where he was touching seats as he came through.
A witness on the flight to Montgomery put the woman in a chokehold and brandished what appeared to be a broken piece of a shot glass, warning other passengers to stay away or he'd decapitate her.
Next thing I know, she's in a rear naked choke and he's got the shot glass to his throat.
What the living hell do they do with this friggin' guy?
The flight attendant was cut twice before a group of passengers rushed Montgomery and kept him subdued until police arrived. The Federal Aviation Administration has recorded about 857 cases of unruly passengers in the first half of this year.
So are we going to give up on this air travel thing, or we're just going to let it let it continue? He had a knife, or he had a shot?
There's a broken shot glass is what one witness said. So some sort of sharp object, possibly broken glasses.
I don't know why we just don't shut it off.
A 27-year-old mother in Ohio was arrested this week after law enforcement recovered an estimated $30,000 worth of hidden drugs that she hid on her children. Victoria Barantos was taken into custody Monday. She has a long history of criminal activity in the area and, in fact, previously had been convicted of drug-related charges and money laundering. According to the release, she originally went to prison after she was convicted of laundering money for her boyfriend, D'Angelo D'Lo Tellis.
Word?
Upon her release, she allegedly began reintegrating herself into the drug trafficking community. Authorities on Monday enacted a traffic stop on her vehicle as she was on her way to try and regain custody of one of her kids. While sorting through the children's items, child service caseworkers found a large quantity of drugs individually bagged for distribution. The drugs planted on the child had an estimated value of $30,000.
It's adorable, isn't it?
I love it when kids are drug mules.
That's good to start them young. Get in the family business young.
Another dim-witted nitwit's been busted for trying to satisfy his cop horniness, this time in Florida. A Marion County deputy was getting gas when he saw a pickup truck go by with lights and a siren that he didn't recognize.
It's a pickup truck.
He followed it and pulled the driver over, and it was a good thing he did because police say he pulled over a man accused of posing as a U.S. Marshal. The fake cop, Derry Lambert, had his truck outfitted with flashing lights and a siren. Lambert told the deputy he was a U.S. Marshal on assignment from Texas. But according to the deputy, his story just didn't add up.
What district do you work out of? I work out of Texas, but they got me down in Florida right now looking into Marion Oaks. Two gangs out there that are riding on a four-wheeler with a pole on it, busting into people's houses.
I got to admit, that's pretty convincing.
I would have just let him go.
Right?
After a while, an actual U.S. Marshal showed up and grilled Lambert.
Where do you work out of Texas?
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yes.
What's your district?
District. What do you mean?
Well,
we just have headquarters in town.
If you're a U.S. Marshal, you would know your district. 641?
District. You lost me. What is that? Deputies found a gun in the car and medications for which Lambert did not have a prescription. A police spokesperson said it was a good thing some real-life law enforcement got this guy off the streets.
The public places a lot of trust in us, and we recognize that. There's a great deal of power and control here from a law enforcement standpoint to keep the peace. And when somebody is trying to interfere with that unlawfully, we take it very serious.
He's facing a laundry list of charges stemming from allegedly impersonating a law enforcement officer.
I love that bit. I like how you defined it as cop horniness.
He really wants to be a cop.
That is so embarrassing. I think I'd rather have to tell my friends and family that I was arrested for indecent exposure than, well, I was pretending to be a U.S. Marshal.
I totally know what you mean.
Good Lord. What are you 6 years old?
A Texas CVS employee reported a man walked into the store, grabbed some milk, took off all his clothes, and began chugging it. Police were dispatched to the store at about 8:21 a.m. Tuesday. The caller, a CVS employee, said a man refused to leave the store and was fighting. The CVS employee said the man entered the store wearing pajama pants but no shirt. He asked where he could find water, and the employee pointed to the aisle. But the man grabbed a gallon of milk from the refrigerator section and then started yelling nonsense. The employee told the man he needed to leave, but instead the man said he needed to go to the bathroom. When he walked back out, the employee said the man was naked and then just started drinking the milk from the gallon.
Hell yeah.
That bathroom ate my pants.
At some point, he walked behind the service counter where the employee said he tried gently to push him out. That man wasn't having it, though, and pushed the employee back, ripped their shirt, spit on them, and then poured the rest of the milk on their head. When officers arrived, they located the man in the nearby Kroger parking lot and detained him.
What a scene. Luckily, there was a phony U.S. Marshal nearby.
He'll put a stop to it.
Yeah.
He'll put a stop to it. Mammoth WVH is back with Mammoth 2, the follow-up to their chart-topping 2021 self-titled album. Mammoth 2 features the single Take A Bow. I thought this was cool. So that song was recorded using Edward Van Halen's legendary Frankenstrat guitar. Wolfgang played that one.
I think you should try out for that band.
Oh, my gosh. No way.
What are you talking about?
Too talented. They're good, man.
You're not too talented. I mean, you're good.
No, they're too talented.
I just like to see you living out your dream. Like the dude we talked about a couple days ago who transformed himself into a dog. I'd like you to be able to live out your dream someday, Cubby, before you're too old to do it.
Yeah, I'd be the guy on stage where they, you know how sometimes they'll bring up a guest guitarist or something like a celebrity that kind of, like a Channing Tatum or something that knows how to play a little guitar.
Sure.
But they turn him way down. That'd be where I'm at. Welsh new metal band Skindred, by new I mean the NU, returned this week with Smile, their 8th LP, and their first new album since 2018. And finally, Teenage Wrist with their 3rd, Still Love.
Teenage what?
Wrist. That's a busy wrist.
Wrist, like the thing that's connected to my hand?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, fair enough.
Check out our website for more of this week's notable new releases, or follow 93X Notable New Releases playlists on Spotify. Jason Statham in a big-ass prehistoric shark returned for Meg to the Trench, now in theaters.
Get the hell out of here with this.
I was looking yesterday. It's got a whopping 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'll still watch it.
I'll watch it as well. I watched the first one. They're in on the joke.
Yeah.
They're in on the joke. I love Jason Statham.
Now, I saw the first one, too. I don't remember anything about it. But I saw the ads for Meg Part 2. That is a big fish.
It really is.
If the ads are selling it properly.
The sequel takes the action to even greater depths with multiple massive Megs as an exploratory dive spirals into chaos after a malevolent mining operation threatens the mission. Today on Prime Video, a new family drama miniseries called The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart, starring Sigourney Weaver. Based on a book of the same name, the story follows an orphaned girl with a troubled past who's forced to move in with her grandma after her parents die in a mysterious fire. Tomorrow on Lifetime, Boy in the Walls. Unable to shake the feeling someone's always watching her, a new stepmom makes a terrifying discovery after hearing strange noises in the house. The Lollapalooza live stream continues on Hulu through Sunday. The WWE's biggest stars face off from Ford Field in Detroit for the 36th annual SummerSlam, streaming on Peacock tomorrow. And then on Sunday, executive produced by Adam McKay, Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty Season 2 premieres on Max. Winning Time is a dramatic miniseries about the glitz and glamour of 1980s Los Angeles and the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers.
That one's back, huh?
I didn't watch the first season.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
You guys did like it, right?
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't really remember what happened.
That's like that with pretty much everything I watch.
Yeah. It was a long friggin' time ago.
It was.
So again, season 2 gets going on Sunday. Also Sunday, writer-director M. Night Shyamalan turns 53. Tomorrow, NBA legend Patrick Ewing, 61. Foo Fighter guitarist Pat Smear, 64. And Maureen McCormick, Marsha on the Brady Bunch, will be 67. I made a note. Pause after Maureen McCormick so Nick can inhale dramatically. I know how you feel about her.
I would throw any one of you in front of a bus for Maureen McCormick.
I understand.
Absolutely.
Then today, he's 3rd on the all-time list for most strikeouts behind Nolan Ryan and Randy Johnson. Roger Clemens, 61. Actor Billy Bob Thornton, 68. Congrats to Bush Light Head for the Mountains trucker Jesus, whose daughter is getting married tomorrow. And congratulations to the happy couple. Happy 14th to Bear from Dad, middle of the night electrician Jesus. Happy birthday to not just a name, actually a bear, Jesus, from Big Rig Fenders Jesus. And happy birthday on Sunday to Off-Road Snapper Jesus from Red Rock Loader Jesus. And that's 93X News.
Care 11's Randy Shaver.
Wearing masks and robbing people in these back streets.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
See, Jake Bowers has a cut lip, and that is a self-inflicted wound after he struck out. You'll see he throws the helmet down, and the helmet has other ideas.
I dig that video.
Me too.
We got that one up on 93x.com, Ashley.
Yes.
This is something you see from time to time where frustration ends up hurting the frustrated party. Timberwolves fans might know a thing or two about that. Jaden McDaniels comes off the basketball court last year. He's a key player. He's pissed. He punches a wall. He breaks a hand. He can't play in the playoffs. To a lesser extent, a couple nights ago, New York Yankees first baseman Jake Bauers had a little meltdown after a strikeout. He slams his batting helmet down onto the turf, and it bounced back up and smashed him in his lips.
God, that's got to be embarrassing.
And it cut his upper lip for him. Ouch. Well, we have here a Friday broadcast, which means we're going to cut loose with a dad fight. Let's get the fighters in the ring, as they say. From Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Randy Shaver.
Good morning.
Hello,
morning.
Randy. From Clara City, Minnesota, Brad Ryder.
Good morning.
He must be at the cabin.
No, I'm not. I'm not at the cabin.
How's everybody doing this morning? How are the boys doing?
Good.
It's good to
Friday.
hear.
Good.
It's good.
Yes.
Tomorrow you'll be getting all your exercise, won't you, Randy?
Yep. Shaver Shuffle tomorrow morning. You people can show up day of the race, day of the run if you want to, and sign up and take part and be a part of our fundraising effort for cancer research and patient aid in Minnesota. So
What time and where do they show up?
9 a.m. and we're at the Greenway in Plymouth.
The Greenway?
Just a little, north of the high school, of Wayzata High School.
Oh, all right.
Do you have any special gift packages for people who show up and it's their birthday?
No, but if you'd like me to do something special for you, Brad, let me know.
Okay.
You really shimmy that one in there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is it your birthday tomorrow, Brad?
It might be. Yeah.
Well, what the hell?
Is it a milestone or just a normal birthday?
Double nickels. So.
Double nickels tomorrow. Yeah.
You got big plans? The family going to do something nice for you?
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't been informed of anything yet. But
will your kids be in town?
Yes.
Okay.
So
better do something.
Boy, you wear double nickel pretty well, Brad Ryder.
Sure do.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
August 5th, huh? Brad Ryder's birthday. We'll try to remember that and get some strippers on you next year, something like that.
Oh, there's still time to send him to his house.
That's true.
Well, we'll send him to the Shaver Shuffle tomorrow morning to chase Brad
That's kind of what I was getting at a little bit.
around the Green Day Center, whatever you said over there. I didn't know there was a little, because you guys used to walk around Parker's Lake, didn't you?
Yeah, we've had a number of different locations. We found a really nice home, though, in the Greenway at Plymouth. It's perfect. There's a lot of space for people to move around. We have food trucks out there. We'll have it's just a good place. It really is. And it's going to be a nice morning, so should be good.
Yep.
Being a Wayzata guy, we used to raise a lot of hell back in the day at Parker's Lake.
I'm sure you did.
Parker's Lake was kind of a spot.
You could kind of hide back there, right?
Well, yeah, that's exactly where I was going. You know, when the cops were on our ass, we could jet off to Parker's Lake and hide in the woods. You probably could still find some drugs and alcohol that we left behind from the late 80s if you search that area. Hey, Brad Ryder, it's A1 from Day One's birthday tomorrow, too.
I know that.
Yep. A5 from Day 5.
A5 from Day 5.
Right.
But, yeah, he changed to 5. Maybe that's part of the reason he's got number 5.
Well, yeah, he always wore it through. I didn't know you shared a birthday with Anthony Edwards. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. What am I doing here? A big weekend at Target Field. Joe Mauer's night tomorrow night, where he goes into the Twins Hall of Fame. Me and some bros are going to go to the game. Anyone else going to see Joe get inducted?
No, not planning on it.
Did you see my story last night on Joe?
God dang it! No, I missed it.
It's too bad. Yeah,
what the hell was I doing last night? Your news ran late because of the stupid preseason football game. That's why I didn't see your story.
Yeah, that's correct. It was good. Joe was really, his dad passed away in January, and so this is kind of going to be kind of bittersweet on Saturday. And the other part of this is that he delayed this induction because he wanted his kids to be old enough to know what was going on.
Oh, really?
His youngest son was born not long after he retired. And he wanted him to be able to to know who Dad was and to know who, when they start talking about Dad, that he might have some memories of it. So his number's already been retired. The thing kind of worked backwards. Normally, you go into the Hall of Fame and then your number gets retired.
Okay.
They kind of flip-flopped them, and Joe really is the one that wanted this to be a little bit later.
It's good that was part of the story, because I've seen a lot of chatter on Twitter about why did they do it this way and why was it kind of backwards, because a lot of times you do go into the Hall of Fame before your number gets retired, but it was good that you guys explained that.
So how old are his kids now?
Well, his twin daughters were probably, 6 when he retired?
Okay.
Sounds right.
So they're probably, I don't know if they were even 6. Maybe they were younger.
They'll be able to follow
younger.
what's going on now.
Yes,
oh, yeah, they're close to 10 now, maybe.
I'm looking forward to all the speeches. He coaches them?
And then he coaches Chip in T-ball,
Who the hell's Chip?
Chip is his son.
Oh.
He's got a brother named Ernie, too.
So his daughters are both 10. They just turned 10, and his son, I guess his name is Chip, will turn 5 in November.
He really has a son named Chip?
He does.
I like it.
The name, that's
is that
a name.
the name or a nickname? Did anybody know?
I think it's his name.
It's his name.
You never hear that one anymore.
You don't.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You know how the Brotherhood is genius and hilarious? Brad, did you know this? You're turning 55 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today is your last day of being 69 minus 6 minus 9.
Jesus Christ.
This bit's taking a life of its own.
Serious math there.
Josh mentioned this earlier. Not only, Brad Ryder, tomorrow do you get to celebrate your birthday with Anthony Edwards, but also Maureen McCormick.
Oh, Marsha Brady.
Have you known that your whole life, that you share the same birthday with Maureen McCormick?
Yeah, I have.
What is that like? What's that like? I would like any connection to Maureen McCormick. Been in love with her since I was Chip's age.
Lonnie Anderson, her birthday's tomorrow.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
One of her ex-husbands used to drink at a bar that I frequent.
One of them?
Yes. Oh, I'm assuming she had a few. Maybe it's her only ex-husband, so I guess I'll restate.
Well, she was married to Burt Reynolds for a while.
Oh, okay. So then I'll stick with it. One of her ex-husbands used to drink, and he only brought it up every 20 minutes or so.
I guess I would too, probably.
So it looks
Neil Armstrong.
She was married to Neil Armstrong?
No, his birthday's tomorrow. Too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It looks like Joe Mauer's son is Charles Joseph Chip Mauer. So I think
Charles
Chip,
Joseph.
I think Chip is a nickname.
Well, we're calling him Chip. That's cute. All right. And then Sunday, Wapple throws out the first pitch. The third member of our radio show to throw out the first pitch before they take on Arizona. It's a 1 o'clock game if you want to show up. Not that there's any seats available, right, Wapple?
Yeah, he's bringing his own crowd.
This is one of the silliest and strangest things I've ever heard in my life. Wapple says 65 members, friends, family are coming to watch this on Sunday.
That's awesome. Yeah, and my 96-year-old grandma's going to be there, too.
Oh, my gosh.
What's the excuse for the other 64 people?
I don't know.
That isn't, I mean, you're not dying. You're not going away to jail or anything?
No, it's just something cool. Cool moment for me, and they want to be there to support me.
Wow.
That's so cool.
And like Josh said, we couldn't find a third of that to support us.
I can't believe how many people you're bringing.
I wouldn't even imagine that kind of support.
Well, it was funny because our promotions lady, Ryder, she was like, yeah, the Twins will definitely give you tickets. So how many do you need for friends and family? And I was like, I don't think they would do that. I was like, I think we'll just go on our own and figure this out.
Would you take some advice on somebody who's been there? See, I wasn't fortunate enough. Ashley didn't give me any advice. She was the first to go. She gave me no advice.
Sorry, I had nothing. Don't mess it up. That's
we both airmailed it. We have too much heat, too much arm, Ashley and I. So Wapple, and Brad Ryder brought something up a couple weeks ago that if you don't mind, Brad, I'm going to take some of your advice and toss it Wapple's way. Don't forget to take into consideration the difference that the mound makes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's certainly a part of the reason why I airmailed the living hell out of it. I hadn't thrown off a mound since I was 11.
Yep.
Don't forget. And also, Brad said, you know what? He would go into the full windup. Go into a full windup.
Sure, this is your moment.
And follow through, and don't try to throw it 100 miles an hour.
Dang it, that's what I was going to do. I was going to really just show him what I got.
Well, you got a repertoire. Pick a pitch that you know you can throw a strike. Your slider, your knuckle curve.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Go with something. Go with your bread and butter.
Go up there and try to throw a knuckle curve.
Well, my favorite pitcher back in the day was Randy Johnson, and I mean, we're going to be playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, so I might as well just go subarm. You know
what? And you should wear a Randy Johnson jersey when you show up.
There's something about I treated it too much like a throw instead of a pitch.
Yeah.
So go into your windup. Not only like Randy and Brad are saying, this is your moment. Why not show off a little bit? But also, I think your muscle memory will help you if you go into your muscle.
Have you practiced at all?
Yeah, I've been practicing a little bit.
Are you nervous? I mean, you're going to have a big crowd. I mean, you're bringing most of the crowd, but there will be a big crowd.
No, I'm really not nervous, but I know once I get like down to the field, on the field, that's when things are going to start kicking in. But I'm excited. It'll be fun. Even if you try to, kind of lob it in, just kind of toss it, even that motion seems weird. And I don't know if I'd make it all the way.
You might not make it all the way.
It's a lot further than you think.
If you don't make it all the way, and you consider that Ashley and I threw it 13 feet over the catcher's head, somewhere in the middle, we all collectively threw a perfect strike.
Can we expect you to be high, or are you going to be sober for this?
No, I'll be sober.
Wapple, it's okay to be sober. You don't have to feel bad about it.
What if your 96-year-old grandma really has to take a whiz? What do you think at that moment? What is she going to choose, the bathroom or Andrew's first pitch?
Bathroom.
Yeah.
Because at
this point, you can be legally high at this point. They can't do anything about it.
That is true.
My old man threatened to come down to watch the first pitch when I did it. And I said, there's no reason to come down from friggin' Lake Mille Lacs to see 7 seconds of your 51-year-old son, I thought it was kind of silly that he thought he needed to be there. And it's silly.
Wapple, I just sent you a picture of your Major League Baseball doppelganger.
Oh, it's Devin Smeltzer.
No. I just sent a picture to you.
Who is it?
Don Mossi?
How do you spell Mossi?
Mossi.
I sent it to you too, Josh.
Oh, you did?
There's no way that whoever Don Mossi is looks more like Wapple.
I got it too.
Oh my gosh, we cut that ear.
That nose in the ears.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Wapple, this is you in about 20 years.
Welcome to the major leagues, Wapple.
Oh my God.
What? Show me a picture. There's no way that whoever Don Mossi is looks more like Wapple than former twin Devin Smeltzer. Okay, I've seen him before. You're joking a little bit.
Too bad Devin Smelter's not with the team anymore. I'd wear the glasses and everything, the Mike Zimmer glasses.
He looked exactly like you.
Great.
It was like when Gus Frerotte was playing for the Vikings. He and Josh were separated at birth.
Deputy Sheriff Jesus said he's going to be there Sunday. He's got great seats, so he wants to know if there's anything you'd like him to yell before, during, or after your pitch.
Whatever. Be creative.
My old man threatened to come down, and then he decided against it. And some of my friends were like, oh, it's really too bad your dad couldn't come down. I said, he would have been in the bathroom anyway. You know what I mean? The guy takes a whiz every 7 minutes. There's no way he would have been in his seat for the... Twins ended their road trip with a good vibe. They got a win last night, everybody.
How about Sonny Gray? It's been since late April. It's been 15 starts since he got a win.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Last night he pitched really well. They got a couple of 2-run homers. They get out of St. Louis with a win. That was the good news.
What's the bad news?
Joe Ryan goes on the DL and apparently has been hiding an injury that he did not tell the club.
Is this for real?
No. Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
He apparently hurt himself and tried to work his way through it without telling the club, and I guess that's one of the reasons why he's been struggling the way he's been struggling.
Okay, you guys are buying that.
I am. Well, I'm going to, because he's the one that put it out there, and I think I think it does kind of make some sense. If you're not able to push off, you're not going to be as effective as you want to be.
All right.
This obviously opens the door for Dallas Keuchel, who was called up by the Twins from St. Paul. So he's going to jump into this rotation, which will be exciting to see, what he's got. And hopefully Joe Ryan will get himself well, and that will just add depth to an already very strong rotation. So
I'm looking forward to seeing what Dallas Keuchel can do.
Yeah.
The difference between Joe Ryan and his shutout and that in the past several starts has been so stark. I believe there's something wrong with it too.
I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
Tonight they start that series with Arizona. Bailey Ober going to throw.
And not only that news is out there, but also, to me, one of the most exciting pieces of news from the Twins, Brooks Lee called up to St. Paul. If you love watching the Saints play, here's your chance to go see the next big thing for the Minnesota Twins, and that's Brooks Lee, the 22-year-old shortstop who just has been pounding the ball in Double-A.
I haven't had a chance to see him play yet.
Yep, has been called up to Triple-A, so he is, he's one stop away from the big leagues. So he was just called up. So that's
gonna play a
fun
little
too.
shortstop, huh? Something wrong with Correa?
Well, he's not playing St. Paul.
Huh?
He's in St. Paul, not in the the Twins.
Oh, he's not being. I'm sorry,
Right.
I misunderstood. He's been called up to the Saints.
He'll be in St. Paul for a couple of years, probably.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry,
You know
I got
what, Brad?
thrown.
I'm going to say less than that.
Find a position for him.
I'm going to say less than that. This kid has just been ripping it up. in
Sorry, I
Double-A.
misunderstood. He's playing for the Saints, not the
Yep,
Twins.
playing for the Saints. So pretty cool.
What else is going on? A little baseball history. 16 years ago, on this date, Barry Bonds hit his 755th home run to tie Hank Aaron's home run record. He broke the record 3 days later.
Sitting on 754 home runs. The 2-1 on the way is hit well to deep left. That might be it. Going on back at the wall is Hairston. It is gone. Home run for Barry Bonds. Number 755 ties one of the finest gentlemen and players of all time, the great Henry Aaron.
Big Barry Bonds fans here on the program?
I don't hate him the way other people do.
Yeah,
I don't hate him either.
I was at the time. I mean, after we find out all this other stuff, it kind of diminishes it a little bit.
I never got too uppity about all the steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. You guys know that. But what I heard about Barry Bonds that kind of rubbed me the wrong way was a number of years ago, I think it was Derek Jeter hired him to be some kind of a hitting coach for the Miami Marlins. I think I have the right club.
He did, yeah.
And I heard stories that he wasn't teaching any players anything. He was just napping in the clubhouse. They just find him sleeping in the. You're the hitting coach. I am. Oh, what time is it?
All right. Go up there and take some cuts.
Go ahead.
Maybe a little jealous of the gig. Oh, we got a ways to go before we got to get all wound up about this, if we want to get wound up at all. The Little League World Series starts in 12 days on August 16th. Okay, I don't follow that tournament much.
Yeah, it's fun when a Minnesota team is in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a Minnesota team is qualified, but
I hate the sound of aluminum bats, and on top of that, I don't like kids much. But I brought it up because of a funny moment I had with a friend of mine a number of years ago. I wanted to share it with you. One day I was laid out on my couch. It's quite a few years ago. I was laid out on my couch in my garage watching some of the Little League World Series. And a friend of mine pulls up the driveway, and he walks into the garage, and he grabs a beer out of the beer fridge, and he sits down in a chair, and he says, what are you watching? I said, it's a Little League World Series. And my pal takes a drink out of his beer, and he says, future douchebags. Josh?
Yes.
Did the Brahma Bull make Cubby tear up?
Oh, man. That was awesome.
Did the jabroni beaten, pie eaten, most electrifying man in sports entertainment today make Cubby tear up?
He sure did. He does that quite often, actually. He seems like a great guy.
You got to see this story. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, surprised a UFC fighter by the name of Themba Gorimbo He gave the guy a new house after
I got to tell you, man.
After he heard that this UFC fighter was living in the gym that he was training in and had $7 to his name.
Oh. Well, I got to tell you, man, your story moved me. When I found out that you had $7 in your bank account, I know what that's like. I was here in Miami when I had $7. But then also, you win your second fight, then you sell your fight kit. You buy a water well for your village in Zimbabwe so your people can have clean water. And that just says exactly who you are. And that's why I flew all the way in, man, just to look you in the eyes, brother, and tell you I got your back.
Wow.
So the way the video played out was pretty cool. This Themba Gorimbo was being interviewed, and he's talking about how he lives in the gym, and that's the life he chose. He wants to be a great fighter, and you got to start from the bottom. He's only got $7. Rock shows up and surprises him. And if I'm not mistaken, Josh, you watched the video. This Themba dude, he thought it was just hey, The Rock has stopped by to visit me.
Yeah, he had no idea.
And The Rock tells a story also quite often about how when he quit playing Canadian football and got into television wrestling, he also had a moment in time where all he had was $7 to his name. So Themba just thinks, hey, it's cool. The guy came to see me. We have relatable stories. And then The Rock says, and I didn't mean that.
The Rock said.
Shut your damn mouth. I didn't mean to go that way. The Rock tells him, hey, I want to jump in my car with me. I want to give you a ride over to a buddy's house. He walks Themba into the house, and Themba says to The Rock, why are there pictures of my family in this house? There's framed pictures of his family. And The Rock says, because it's your friggin' house, hands him the keys, and the guy cries his eyes out.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This text says, I only have $7 to my name. Relay that to The Rock, please. Yeah, he recently donated, $1 million or more to the Writers Guild during the strike. He's had guys that have been with him for a long time. He bought new trucks. He seems to do that kind of stuff a lot. He spreads the wealth around.
I think the most impressive thing is this guy, did you skip over this part? This guy won his second fight, and instead of taking the prize money, he bought a water unit for people in his home country instead of taking. Wow, that's impressive.
I can't remember. Did I leave that in the clip?
Yeah, that was in there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he does. That's part of what The Rock said. Like, you got $7 and you could use some of this fight money for yourself, but instead you're helping out your home.
That's
hometown.
Amazing.
It's very minute bowl of him.
Yeah.
The Rock's come a long way. I mean, it wasn't that long ago he was sitting on a stool in the middle of a ring with an acoustic guitar singing songs about poontang pie.
Yeah, when he first came out as Rocky Maivia, I was not expecting that he would turn into what he became today.
Like we were saying a few days ago, his gimmick was garbage.
It's so bad.
And that's not all his fault.
No.
But nobody cared, and now I know I'm preaching to the choir here. Randy Shaver will be all over this. ESPN piled together a list of the all-snubbed team, great NFL players who have yet to get the Hall of Fame nod. This weekend is the NFL Hall of Fame. I forget who's going in. Isn't one of them Joe Klecko and...
I think so.
Is it Rondé Barber?
How is Joe Klecko going in before Jim Marshall?
Yeah.
Come on. Don't get me started, Nick, because I'll just...
I
will dominate this program again.
Dude, you want to let her buck, you let her buck. I'm not going to slow you down arguing in favor of Jim.
I cannot understand how Jim Marshall is not in the Hall of Fame.
Jim Marshall is on this snubbed list along with...
He was on the snubbed list.
Yes. Who's going in? Can someone... Joe Klecko? I can't remember.
Rondé Barber.
Rondé Barber?
Rondé Barber is going in.
Why is Rondé Barber going into the Hall of Fame?
DeMarcus Ware?
I remember him.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Chuck Howley.
Oh, Chuck Howley was a great linebacker.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joe Klecko. Daryl Revis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the island.
Revis Island.
Yep, that's right.
Did you see folks making fun of him?
Why would you make fun of him? I always liked him.
Well, did you see the what do you call it on the internet? You should know. The thread or whatever that was happening with Daryl Revis?
I didn't see it.
It was kind of mean. He was interviewed last night. And the guy's done the right thing, Daryl Revis. Ever since he retired, he's been eating.
Oh, good for him.
He put on he put on a hell of a lot of weight. He's got a little bit of a barrel. Looks like he's got some boobs on him now. I mean, he's having a good time. He's partying, I'm sure. Eating everything he wants. These athletes, they never get a chance to eat what they... And so the internet was saying, looks like Revis Island has turned into Revis Continent and things like that. They're all making fun of his weight.
That's mean.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. Jim Marshall made this snubbed list. So, Randy, you're not the only one who's making noise about getting that man into the Hall of Fame.
Awful. It's embarrassing.
It's a terrible thing. All right, one more note before we move on. I loved this. This World Cup basketball tournament, the FIBA World Cup basketball tournament is coming up. We talked about Carl's playing for the Dominican and A1 from Day One's playing for the United States and Slow-Mo's playing for China. Rudy Gobert
from Day 5.
Rudy Gobert's playing for France. Okay. They're in the preliminary rounds right now. They played a couple days ago. And for the first time in his career, Rudy Gobert hit a three-point basket.
No. What? He wasted it in this tournament?
It's up on 93x.com.
It got a hell of a crowd pop if you had the, I don't know if anyone has the audio.
For the Wolves, but he does it in this tournament.
Yep. The French team was inbounding the basketball. No one's covering Gobert at the top of the three-point line. And he said piss on it. He shot it, swish, the crowd goes crazy. Best part about it, I mean, he had never hit one in the regular season, playoffs, nothing. International play, he'd never made a three-pointer until a couple nights ago. After the game, he says, I feel like tonight I lost my virginity. That's great. That is great. For Pete's sake, Wapple, why don't you hit the music? Uh-oh.
What happened now?
Oh, this is bad. You know how sometimes in baseball you can have a game delayed due to weather?
Yeah, you lost your papers.
No. I believe we're going to have to delay this dad fights so Randy Shaver can completely bust a spring. I just received a text from math tutor Jesus who says, I'm way too young to have seen Jim Marshall play.
What?
Hang on. Just hang on.
Well, that's not his fault.
That's not his fault that he's too young.
Yes, it is his fault.
No, it's his parents'
It's
fault.
not his fault. His parents should have started having sex years earlier. Okay. Yeah. I'm way too young to have seen Jim Marshall play, says math tutor Jesus. But in all the years, 19 years, he was selected to only 2 Pro Bowls. That's not very overwhelming to me, he says.
The man never missed a practice, never missed a game.
Yeah.
In 19 years, he held the record for the most consecutive games played in a career. You got to remember, he also played alongside 2 Hall of Fame players at the same time.
Right.
In Carl Eller and Alan Page.
Right.
He was the captain of that team.
Right.
He was the reason why the Vikings went to 4 Super Bowls.
He recorded 130 sacks.
Part of the reason he didn't go to Pro Bowls is because the guys he was playing next to were all going to Pro Bowls.
That's correct.
And he played in an era where the players weren't SAWFT soft like that punk Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber.
Joe Klecko.
Well, Joe Klecko was probably pretty tough. He played in the 70s and in the early. Hey.
If you're going to judge somebody's career on Pro Bowls, that's not the way to judge it.
I hear you, Randy Shaver. All right. Wapple, he went ahead and he hit the music. I'd rather have him hitting the music than hitting the bong.
He'll do that before Sunday.
He gets weird when he hits the bong. Full-on reefer addict over there, that Wapple.
He likes that stuff.
But you know what? I bet if you took marijuana cigarettes and removed them from his life within 2 days, he'd be found naked and masturbating while covered in somebody else's blood on the cover of 35W.
Oh, my God.
Having a woo-off with an imaginary friend. Right, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Old Wapple.
I'm worried what you'd be like without marijuana.
He's wound pretty tight. And you You, and more importantly, we need you to have access to grass. We do.
Yeah,
I'm imagining the woo off with the
And I think you'd still lose.
Yeah, he'd lose the woo off.
If your girlfriend left you or you stopped smoking marijuana, we would be in trouble. They'd be the worst for us, that's for sure.
We had that big weed thing happen this week. Something changed about the laws here in town. I don't know. We were told all about it a day or two ago by a very nice young man who runs a local dispensary, but I already forgot what has changed. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, do you enjoy a left-handed cigarette now and again?
I do not.
No, I don't either.
I don't follow what's going on with marijuana laws or get involved in smoking marijuana at all anymore. But it sure would be cool to have a brand, or I think they call it a strain.
A strain, yes.
It sure would be cool to have a strain of marijuanas named after me. That would be awful nice and a lot of fun. Here's the deal, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder. Many famous folks have had strains of dope named after them for one reason or another. Today, for Dad Fights, whatever it is.
139?
139. We're going to quiz you on the big shot famous folks who have had a certain style of ganj named after them. Don't panic. You don't have to have a deep knowledge of anything related to pot. We'll give you some hints and information on these famous bastards, and you name them. All of them have been honored by weed enthusiasts. Weed smokers named the geef after these people, and then they rolled them, and then they smoked them smooth up. You got an idea where we're going with this?
Kind of, I guess.
Sure.
You don't need to know anything about marijuana.
No.
Absolutely
okay.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys, do you want to get a little high first?
Might take the edge off.
Before we begin? If you've tuned into a Dad Fight of 4, you already know that it's a head-to-head battle. Our competitors want to try to be the first to answer correctly. Shout out the answer if you think you know it. If you're correct, you'll hear the bell. That means you got 1 point. New gimmick today, I think. If you're incorrect, are we loaded up for this?
Yep.
If you're incorrect, you'll hear the loudest burp ever recorded by a female as recognized by the Guinness Book of World Effing Records.
Oh, good. What do you think, Brad?
107.3 decibels. Kimmy Cola. Right there.
That's right. We
What
talked
do you
about.
think, Brad?
Do you like that, Brad?
I like that. Yeah.
You would. Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, dude.
10 challenges plus a tiebreaker if necessary. You want to know who has our marijuana-laced intro today? It's Software Engineer Jesus. Go.
This is Software Engineering Jesus, father of 2 from Maple Grove, Minnesota. And now a public service announcement.
Hey, mister, how can I number dad fights after that last one?
When considering how to number dad fights going forward, just remember the helpful acronym for the mathematical order of operations. PEMDAS. First, evaluate any P for parentheses, then E for exponents. After, M for multiplication, and D for division. Finally, evaluate A for addition, and S for subtraction.
That means the next dad fights will be 69 times 2 plus 2.
That's right, little Ollie. It sure will be.
And this is dad fights. 69 times 2 plus 1.
And how, little Ollie? And now, with geriatric broadcaster Randy Shaver and or Brad Ryder or whomever. Dad fights 69 times 2 plus 1.
Wow.
Okay, that was awesome.
That, we got to put him on the payroll and
Right?
the kid.
My God.
So cute.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Very creative.
Nice work, Software Engineering Jesus. All right, here we go. Celebrities with weed strains named after them. Dad Fights 139. Don't panic.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with weed, really. Barely anything. Knowing now that this former varsity basketball player and politician has 2 marijuana strands named after him.
Obama.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yeah, the rest of I think it would have been given away here. The rest of the question went, maybe the chant for the 44th president should have been, yes, we cannabis, instead of yes, we can. And meeting with the Joint Chiefs of Staff has a whole new meaning. Barack Obama
I'm in trouble.
is the correct answer. Maybe Obama, who turned 62 today, can celebrate his birthday with the original Obama strain called Obama Kush that came out while he was still in office. Obama Runts came out in 2020 and is considered to be the superior of the two Obama weeds.
I'll be damned.
It didn't take Randy long.
Barack Obama. That's really cool. Oh, God. 1-0, Randy. Jesus, yeah, you were coming off like you were nervous about this, and you got one correct before Cubby was done with 7 or 8 words. This 2-time world champion and Hall of Fame football player is still one of the most popular athletes around despite retiring in 2015. The weed strain named after him that came out during his time playing in Denver was not very popular with his famous athletic family. Randy said Manning.
Yeah.
And he's up 2-0 now. Peyton Manning, to be exact.
Peyton Manning has a strain of cannabis named after him?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The makers of this strain, I guess, must not have been feeling very creative the day they named their Peyton Manning weed simply Peyton Manning weed.
I actually appreciate the simplicity. It's kind of fun.
But there were reports that the Manning family wasn't crazy about this bit. Weed addicts say that Peyton Manning weed is difficult to find these days. Well, F that garbage anyway. If I'm going to get high, I want to smoke the Eli weed.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
I want to smoke the Eli stuff, dude. 2-0 Randy. And he says he doesn't smoke any marijuana.
Yeah, what a pothead. The only thing that hits harder than this next celebrity's weed strain is his signature roundhouse kick. Not only can this martial arts expert, movie star, and Walker, Texas Ranger star dribble...
Chuck Norris.
Randy.
Yeah. Chuck Norris.
As soon as you said Texas Ranger.
One review of the Chuck Norris weed strain says it feels like he just got kicked in the chest by the man himself. Do you smoke a weed like that, Wapple?
I don't think I want to smoke grass. It makes me feel like I got roundhoused in the sternum.
Right.
Yeah, that
not
sounds
at all.
awful.
Not really. It's more of head highs that I go for.
Do you guys know Chuck Norris can gargle peanut butter?
Oh, I bet you
Oh,
can.
gosh.
Oh.
Ew, gross.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
Well, he's tough.
Yeah.
He doesn't do push-ups. He does earth downs.
He makes onions cry. He can dribble a bowling ball.
I'm kind of ashamed to say that I never really got involved in the Chuck Norris thing.
I really didn't either, actually.
I remember
I
watching.
appreciate him, but
I remember watching Invasion USA. I think was one of his movies in the early '80s, but I never saw any of his television programming. I feel like I was always kind of more of a Steven Seagal. Who am I missing, Josh, from those?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more into those guys, too.
Well, there you go. Is it 3-0 Randy?
Gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Talking about famous people who have marijuana strains named after them with the big celebration this week, whatever the hell happened with marijuana here in town. All right, here we go. Here's your next one. This legendary singer has done it all in his career. 25 Grammys, by God. He's been inducted into 3 separate Music Hall of Fames. And obviously, someone named a certain style of grass after him. Maybe when you smoke it, it takes you to a higher ground.
Stevie Wonder.
My God.
Dang, dude.
That was really good.
Maybe you can feel it all over. That's right, Stevie Wonder. Word is that Stevie Wonder's weed will make you feel focused, talkative, and uplifted.
Ooh, that's the stuff I would go for.
You like that one? Huh?
Yes.
What was it again? Talkative what?
Focused, talkative, and uplifted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
What are the 3 separate, I should have looked this up, what are the 3 separate music halls of fame that Stevie Wonder's been inducted into? That's incredible.
That's what threw me a little bit.
Probably the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was one.
Sure.
One was like the Jazz Hall of Fame.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
maybe the blues. Same
Rhythm,
thing?
Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Songwriters.
okay.
That makes
Ah,
sense.
Sherry Amore,
Oh gosh. Yeah.
distant as the Milky Way. You want a little more, Cubby?
Yeah, I
Ma
like.
Sherry Amore, you're the only girl my heart adores.
Talented guy, obviously.
4-0 Randy.
Wow.
Brad, you straight-laced sumbitch, get involved in marijuana.
All right. I told you I was in trouble.
You and Cubby got to get high.
This 23-time Olympic gold medal winner shares a
Michael Phelps.
That was Randy.
I got it.
Holy
Good grief.
Unreal.
23-time what?
Olympic gold medal winner.
You guys knew that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right from the get-go.
But apparently I didn't know it quick enough.
Michael Phelps, his strain started in 2009 after a photo of him ripping a bong went viral, costing him some endorsements. The reviews of the strain say it's supposed to make you feel sleepy, talkative, and tingly.
Ooh.
This is an ass.
I'm already tinkly. I'm 64.
No, tingly, Randy.
Oh.
Tingly.
I thought you said
I
tinkly.
think you know more about this topic than you're letting on there.
No, it's just, it has nothing to do with marijuana. It's just trying to figure out who the people are.
Brad, are you going to get dialed in or not?
I'm trying.
You got
Wasn't that
sweep.
5-0? Did I just win?
Well, he's got...
We got it. We do have a tiebreaker.
He can tie.
If
Yeah.
you
Oh, he
get
can
one
tie.
more...
I
yes.
gotcha. Okay.
You need to sweep Brad Ryder to force a tiebreaker. Randy just putting the whoop down. Here we go. Of course, this movie and television star has a line of chronic named after him, considering he was probably higher than a hippie.
Chong, Tommy Chong.
You just wanted to hear the new fart song.
The massive Guinness World Record burp means that Randy was incorrect. He said Tommy Chong.
Who else could be
I need to read the whole question now for Brad.
Into marijuana, then.
I need to read the whole question for Brad. This movie and television star has a line of chronic named after him, considering he was probably higher than a hippie in a hot air balloon while filming movies and shows like Hot Shots, Major League, and 2.5
Charlie
Men.
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
He will not be swept.
There you go. Brad's alive. Folks at something called Leafly say that Charlie's style of weed is relaxing and uplifting, with a sleepy come down, great for pain relief and insomnia.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
I hate the sleepy come down.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
either.
So there goes my day. I accidentally took a 3-hour nap.
That's
sleepy come down.
That's some indica right there.
So
5-1, Randy.
5-1. Not to be blunt, but the life of this athlete, considered one of the greatest to have ever done it.
Michael Jordan.
Just keeps going.
I love that we have to wait it out.
It seems like it gets longer each time.
It really does. All right, Brad, just you. The life of this athlete, considered one of the best to ever do it, sure hasn't been the same since he gave up mistresses. Sure, it must be an honor to have a namesake weed, but this 5-time green jacket winner is a real high point for him.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is correct. According to cannabis.wiki.com, Tiger Woods is a sativa-dominant hybrid known for a happy and slightly stimulating effect with a good punch.
5-2 now. 5-2 in favor of Randy. Very dramatic. Can Brad continue on with correct answers and force a tiebreaker? Famous people with weed strains named after them. Here is your next challenge. A few years ago, somebody went ahead and named a certain flavor of Mary Jane after this slightly obscure actor. A little ironic because this dude's most recognizable television character, the innocent and wholesome Urkel from Family Matters, would likely want no part of the devil's lettuce.
I can't think of his name.
Brad, you need it.
I can't think of his name either.
Ah, Brad.
I can't.
Did I smoke that?
Fatality. Randy Shaver is victorious in Dad Fights 139 with a 5-2 final. The correct answer, Jaleel White.
Oh, sure.
Would never have guessed it in 1,000.
They called his strain of weed Purple Urkel.
That's cute.
And it says here that Jaleel himself was actually part of the process in creating it.
Huh.
Well, that's cute.
He seems like a really cool guy.
I appreciate you giving me what I need, Josh, with your Urkel imitation. I've always been very fond of that. Who else did we have in there, Josh?
Yeah, what were the other ones?
Yeah, let's do this just for fun.
Yeah.
This unlikely jailbird has the dubious distinction of being among the list of celebrities with a weed strain named after her, which would be more shocking if it were still the 90s, and we only knew her from her wholesome daytime TV show and product line at Kmart. But not so today, as it's widely known.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart's correct.
I was going to say Ricky Lake.
No, Ricky Lake. I wonder what happened to Ricky Lake. Snoop gave Martha the nickname the second-hand queen because of how often he smokes around her, and he's actually credited for inspiring her to start her own line of weed products.
Huh. Martha Stewart, huh?
I didn't know she endorsed it. That's crazy.
And then we were also, if we got this far, what's that,
Yeah.
Brad, right?
I know, I was just going to say, what was the next one?
Well, keep it in your pants, for God's sake. You do need weed, man. You're all jumpy.
He's all jumpy.
You're acting like Wapple. We were going to quiz you on a world-famous singer that died in 1998. Where else was I going with this? Those old blue eyes of his might have been turned
Ray
red.
Charles.
No, not Ray Charles.
Oh, okay.
We don't need the burp, forgot. His old blue eyes might have turned red as, yes, Frank Sinatra.
Oh, sure.
And here's our tiebreaker.
Well, first, Josh, did you guys know?
sorry.
Did you know that Frank Sinatra's strain of weed is called Dank Sinatra?
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Not that good.
It's pretty good.
It's not that good.
All right, I hate it. This author, actor, athlete, and politician has done a little bit of everything in his career, including recently announcing he's going to launch his own weed brand. So he may not have time to bleed, but he's made time for weed.
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse Ventura is the correct answer.
You guys think Jesse gets high?
Oh, he's very open about that. He said it saved his life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he believes it saved his life.
How so?
I guess just calming him down or whatever.
No kidding. The body. Do they have a cute name, or is it just Jesse Ventura Weed?
There hasn't been many details about it. He just announced it.
Oh, it's just coming
with Minnesota making it legal, or I don't know.
That'd be sweet if they called it like the Predator or something like that.
I sure hope so. I hope so.
Or Governor.
The Governor.
You can't put a governor on this weed.
Oh, no, I guess Governor was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There you go, boys. Randy with another win.
No one cares.
I think you do.
You guys have an awesome weekend. Thanks for everything, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
All right.
We'll return here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
There's a douchiness to them. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
CJ Ham for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. When I'm on the field, I can take anything. But at home with my family, we like everything to be comfortable. That's why I trust the pros at Standard. They've been keeping Minnesotans like me comfortable for over 90 years.
Is your cooling system making strange noises or not cooling properly? Don't wait for an AC breakdown this summer. Get a free in-home estimate with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your appointment today at standardheating.com.
You loved Lala Kent on Vanderpump Rules. Now get to know her on Give Them Lala.
Is it weird having a million things to talk about and the only thing he wanted to talk about is Bravo?
Yes, and it's always weird. It's like when I went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and thought that this was my chance to make a change, and they were like, well, enough about change. Scandal. And then I have so many questions for Howie that had nothing to do, and he was like, so scandal.
Give Them Lala wherever you listen.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
What in the actual are you guys doing?
On 93X.
For God's sake, what are you doing?
Hey, are you guys going to go to that Onion Heads Revenge that we just played a commercial for?
I'm a little too afraid of it at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of it.
The promos have been very frightening.
They have. I cannot wait.
Me either. I'm so excited.
And it's close enough to my house that I will go.
Yeah,
I mean, that's only like maybe 2 zip codes away.
I'm excited that it's inside. You don't get to see that you don't see that much inside activities during like Halloween season.
That's going to be fun. You know, we had an opportunity to meet a lovely woman who is running this thing, and she gave us the backstory. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
She gave us a really nice presentation of what's going on out there. I can't wait. Wait, don't we have tickets to give away?
To that
Yeah,
program?
we should do that.
Go ahead.
Wop, we'll give them away.
Oh, boy.
All right, I got it in
I'll
front
give
of
them
me.
away.
Here
I
we
can do it. Go
Here
ahead.
we go. Right
Cubby.
now, on the Luther Bloomington Kia text line, text mall. MALL to 651-989-9393, and you'll get passes to American Monster Onions Head Revenge. It starts September 15th and runs through October 31st at the Mall of America. If you want to buy tickets, they're on sale now, all furnished by American Monsters.
Josh could have done that a lot better, but fair enough.
Ow.
I think you did it. You sounded cuter.
All right, welcome back to the Half-Assed Morning Show. It's 8:32. I feel pretty good about this Friday thing we got going. We got Saturday and Sunday all to ourselves, and I certainly hope our listening audience is lined up for some downtime as well. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, again with the Barbie. But this is big. The Barbie movie is ending relationships all over town. Relationships crumbling, crashing, ending because of the Barbie movie. It's been out for what, a week?
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks. Social media is apparently full of stories of women who say they deeply reconsidered their relationship after seeing the Barbie movie.
Is there anything like that for you guys? Like Dana, you have a lot of passions, and you're, really into the things you're into. Is there something? Let's say you dated a girl and she's like, you know what, Nintendo sucks and Super Mario Brothers is stupid.
If she has that hard of a stance against it, but I've dated and been in relationships with a lot of women who are like, hey, it's not for me, but I think it's cool you're passionate about it.
Well, that's different. But what I'm saying, what if she's like, it's really stupid and it's stupid that you're into it?
Probably won't want to be someone I'm into if they're that close-minded that they can't even just accept the fact that you like something.
But what if she's a 9 out of 10 in the looks department?
Man.
And she's got money and a heart problem.
That matters.
Then I'd be able to make it work, I think.
I have a lot of things like that. I was just thinking about it the other day, actually, how some couples that you see, they have like absolutely nothing in common or in like complete opposite interest, which is like cool for you guys to have like different interests. But some of those people, I'm like, how can you even be together? You have absolutely nothing in common. You don't share like any shared interests. It's weird to me.
Well, here's where this is going. It's not necessarily all about women's boyfriends and husbands hated the movie and that's why they're dumping them. It's not as cut and dry as that, although that is an interesting conversation in itself. It fired up on Reddit. One lady dumped her boyfriend because he was complaining about the feminist themes in the movie. Feminist themes? Who's that wound up to complain about something like that?
Especially like a lot of them that were saying what happened in the theater where they're like openly mocking the movie, like while like doing the Mystery Science Theater 3000 routine.
Oh my gosh, gross.
Okay.
I would deck my boyfriend in his face if he tried doing something like that.
Another lady says that the movie just gave her a feeling of empowerment. She said she thanked the movie. She said it inspired her to break up with her boyfriend. He's been behaving badly lately, I guess. She said, thank you, Barbie, for empowering me, for giving me the confidence, for making me realize I deserve better. So like I said, it's not so much cut and dry that the dudes were like, this sucks. And the lady said, well, I don't need to be with you. It's like...
Well, a lot of it is the criticism of the movie. They think, well, if you're going to criticize that, what does that mean about how you feel about me?
Maybe I don't 100% understand what's happening here.
Yeah, it's the criticism of it.
Another lady said... Yeah, the way her boyfriend was reacting to the movie, the snarky comments, that was the push she needed to dump the guy. So maybe it is more direct than I was taking away from it at first. Women on TikTok are sharing how they plan to use what did you think of the Barbie movie as a litmus test for guys.
It's a good idea.
Well, most of them are going to say I didn't see it.
I saw a lot of people were calling it the Ken test, too.
The Ken test.
Mm-hmm. Asking, like, what did you see the movie? What do you think about it in general?
Plenty of men passed this test easily. They dressed up in pink for the movie, or they sympathized with their girlfriends or wives after seeing it. I don't sympathize. What do they mean? To sympathize with their wives? I mean, what's the vibe of this movie?
No, actually, you might be able to describe it better than me as a woman.
I guess it's very girl powery. That's definitely the vibe.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just kind of a silly comedy.
No, very girl power. It's basically like a world where like the genders are reversed in a way. So like the women are like the ones that are like in charge and lust over constantly kind of vibe.
See.
Yeah,
I see.
and like the men, the Kens, are like the bottom of the totem pole.
Oh, I did. I was totally unaware of that. So there's plenty of hard-on guys out there who can't handle that idea,
Exactly.
even played out in a movie because they're tough guys and they're
that in a movie about dolls that Barbie calls the shots and not Ken. They can't handle that.
Okay, let's be real though. A lot of men will let Margot Robbie call the shots about anything.
That's very true.
Just for the record,
she's kind of pretty, right?
A little bit.
Where do you guys stand on this? Just for the record, I saw a website here today or the other day that just straight up had a pick the hotter lady, Margot Kidder or Jamie. Did I say Margot Kidder?
Yeah, you did.
Jesus Christ. Who played Lois Lane in Superman in the friggin' early 80s. Margot Robbie or Jamie Presley?
Oh, they're both so cute.
I think I'm more into Jamie Presley.
Me too. I go JP on that one.
You know, obviously, Margot Robbie is stunning.
You want to know why I go with I don't know that much about Margot Robbie, but you know why I picked They're equally gorgeous. I go with Jamie Presley because she's friggin' hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
It has to be
She
her
is
for me.
absolutely hilarious. She is so good.
I just thought of something. I had a movie, I think, negatively affect a relationship that I was in. What was the name of the movie of the dude who ate French fried potatoes and then he killed Dwight Yoakam?
Sling Blade.
Sling Blade. I went to see Sling Blade with a woman, and maybe I was leading a fairly stressful life at the time. I was really unhappy here at the radio station, and maybe I'm just trying to play amateur psychologist as to why I went this way. We saw the movie Sling Blade, the French fried potatoes guy who wandered around town, and then he killed Dwight Yoakam. But after the movie was over, I said to this woman, I said, that dude, what was his name? Carl in the movie? Carl, yes.
Yeah.
I said to the woman, that Carl dude, like, that's the life. And she said, what? And I said, that's like the friggin' life that I would like to lead. He just kind of has a simple job at the lawnmower shop. He wanders around town. He lives in a shed. He plays touch football with an 11-year-old kid. I said, that's kind of... And she looked at me as if I was insane. But at the time, I meant it.
I think there's some charm in that, for sure.
Yeah, it's
Simple.
a simple life, yeah.
At the time, I think things were really stressful here at the radio station, and I hated the freaking people that I was working with. And I just thought, man, just to wander around town with a bunch of books cinched together in a belt and eating canned meat in a shed but this gal went and told all of her friends.
Okay.
This friggin' guy, pointing at me, he thinks he wants to be the guy from Sling Blade. And I really do think it had a negative impact on her. And I stuck to my guns. I said, that looks like kind of a sweet existence.
What It Do, Jesus said Human Centipede ruined one of his relationships.
Oh. How so?
I guess she considered it as a horror movie, and he thought of it as a new passion.
Oh man, could you imagine like a first date to going to see Human Centipede?
I don't think I could watch that.
I don't think I
I
could
got
either.
through maybe like the first half.
My dad said
Of
that...
the Human Centipede?
Yeah.
My dad said that he took a first date to The Exorcist when it first came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He must have been in junior high or something. 1974?
Yeah, I don't know what grade.
Yeah, I bet he
would've
was
been,
probably a junior high kid or something. Well, yeah, back in those days, you take a date because you want to try to get some action.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what's showing on the screen.
It was a second or a third date, and we went and saw one of the Harold and Kumar movies, and I was laughing my ass off the entire time. She did not make a peep.
Dude.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Wait, I'm sorry, which movie I was reading?
One of the Harold and Kumar movies.
Oh, I've never seen those.
Yeah, so, it's stoner comedy. It's not highbrow or anything, but I was having a great time. Oh, yeah, highbrow.
This girl stuck with you or not?
No, it kind of fizzled after that.
It's funny you bring that up because a gal friend, I haven't seen her in years, but she and I used to hang out quite a bit years ago. She went on a date with a dude, and they went to go see the Dukes of Hazzard movie. And that was his choice. He wanted it, and that movie sucks.
That was bad.
Massive piles of feces. Anyway, I asked her, how did the date go? And she said, I'm never going out on a date with that guy again. And I said, why? Because I sort of knew the guy, too. And I said, why? You know, he's a cool guy. And she said, the Dukes of Hazzard movie was friggin' the dumbest experience of her lifetime, and this dude was uncontrollably laughing the entire time. And she said, there's no friggin' way I can spend time with a guy who thinks that was funny. I mean, she said he was literally, he couldn't catch his breath.
That's cute.
And that movie was brutally stupid.
I guess I kind of know what that's like. Or have you been in the situation where they really want to show you a movie like a comedy, and then they're laughing at stuff you don't find funny at all, and then they look to you to see, so you kind of have to fake laugh or something to make it less uncomfortable?
Sure.
That sucks because you're like, I'm laughing at something I don't want to laugh at.
For me, the worst is if you laugh at a really dark joke or something and they look at you like, why did you think that was funny, you psycho?
Yes, go ahead, Josh.
Metal Casting Jesus said, as far as Margot Robbie versus Jamie Presley, he said Margot Robbie for sure. She's a metalhead. I didn't know that.
Oh, neither did I.
No, I don't know much about the woman. Speaking of movies and such, and, you know, maybe you like it, but your significant other hates it. I have had quite a few women, I guess maybe just people in general, look at me sideways when I tell them that one of my favorite movie endings ever is the Mist.
Oh, because it's not a happy ending.
I love I've told you that many times. When that movie ended, I think I was alone in my room and I said, awesome. I loved how dark and horrible that ended.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of thing. I loved the movie, but I was pretty bummed. Reefer, go ahead.
Yes, no.
Reefer Van Jesus said, I almost called off my engagement because my wife hates my two favorite movies, Uncle Buck and Pulp Fiction.
Those are two great movies.
Pulp Fiction.
What the hell's the matter? Who hates Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck is awesome.
That.
Uncle Buck rules.
What are you, just an unhappy? All right, who here is the biggest slob and why?
I am nowhere near slob.
I can get real messy if I want to.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, outside of like the way I dress, but as far as like my car's always clean. You know, any area that the two areas I get at my house, like my nightstand and a desk, they're always clean.
The biggest slob of us all. I'm not surprised. Does anyone want to argue with Ashley on her being the biggest slob?
I've seen her car.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
All right,
not anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nice and clean
now you're nice and clean, but before.
Why is your car nice and clean
because
now?
I got a new car.
Oh, how much time do we give it before it's a train wreck?
No, don't say that.
Well, here's what happened yesterday. You guys weren't here for this, but
There's already a story.
Yeah. So yesterday, I was cutting the promos. Everybody else had left, and I'm walking out, and I see Ashley sitting in the lobby, and I'm like, Ashley, what's up? She's like, I managed to lock the keys in the car, so the dealership has to come out and open it up for me.
Oh my God!
Yesterday was day 3 of having the car.
Oh man.
Okay, I locked the fob in there though. I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, you know, those little silly things happen. But I'm going to say, what's the date today? The 4th of August? I'm going to say by the middle of this month, the interior of your car is going to look like somebody vomited a trash can.
All right, we'll see. The only garbage I have in there right now is like 4 Rice Krispie wrappers.
What?
So
from the box.
I don't even have any in mine.
All right.
Those are going to be there on Monday.
Yeah, I like that Nick tried to sabotage those yesterday by putting garbage in the box.
Yeah.
So nobody else will eat them.
Dana bought a big box of Rice Krispie treats the other day. They're still out in the lobby. There's like 70 of them in a box. Like you get at Costco, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, I hope you were impressed. I threw some garbage in the box on top of the Rice Krispies, so anyone who walks by thinks it's garbage, and they won't eat our Rice. We could reach under the. You see where I'm going with that?
Brilliant.
When I went to go grab one yesterday, I was like, "Oh, there's this garbage. I should." No, I'm gonna leave that in there.
Like Josh was saying, personally, I don't think of myself as a slob. And exactly mirroring what Josh said, my wardrobe might tell a different story, but I like to have my place neat. I think I have good table manners. I try not to fart in front of anybody but Josh.
Lately, it's been out of control. Yeah.
He's right. There's nothing I can say to that.
No, we're exactly the same. I noticed this. Have you noticed this? So I brought this up to my wife. We never get helped in a store. Let's say you go into a furniture store, and my wife's like, well, look at how you're dressed. And so I think, like, oh, yeah, that's probably a part of it.
Oh, yeah, they don't think, well, this guy can't afford to buy a bottle of pop. He's not going to buy a...
He's just here to use the bathroom.
Right.
He can't afford it.
I get that once in a while. When I went up last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, when I went up to the fancy schmancy section at Target Field to go talk to Dick Bramer, and I walked up to a security guard wearing my sleeveless, Joe Mauer jersey and dirty pants, and I said, yeah, I work on the radio with Dick Bramer. He texted me. I'm supposed to meet him. The guy looked at me like, you don't have a job at all.
And I think that's got to be something to it.
All right. On the topic of being slobs, Barstool Sports put together a bracket of the biggest slob moves. So more or less, we're going to go through a list here in a minute, and you guys tell me which of these moves grosses you out more. Things like licking your fingers. So, the biggest slob moves.
Half-assed morning show.
69. This show sucks. Who are you, fart knockers?
93X.
I'm a stupid idiot.
No, you're not a stupid
There's no
idiot.
talking me out of it this time, Josh. I'm a stupid idiot.
You're not a stupid idiot.
I was going on and on. I was selling this conversation we were going to have about slobs. Completely forgetting that we have a special guest today. Every Friday, we're taking the time to rap with a member of our armed forces, active or retired. And every time we have one of these chit-chats, a donation is made in their name to Folds of Honor. Thanks to the folks at Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch for giving us this opportunity. Today, we're joined by Nick Locke of the United States Army. Hello, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing all right. Did I get your last name right? It's Locke?
Yep, that's correct.
Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. You were nominated by your dad.
And your dad sure said a lot of nice things about you. What's that like?
It feels pretty good.
He looks pretty proud. You were, I don't know if your dad or you sent this in a picture. You're proud dad in that photo, for sure.
Yeah, that was me. That was homecoming, I think, in 08.
Here's what your dad wrote about you when nominating you on 93x.com. And if folks want to nominate someone, go to our website. I think there's a linky link in there somewheres, right?
Yep.
Here's what your dad said after serving, about you, Nick, after serving 42 months, 3 tours in Iraq. Nick continues to serve, being involved with Hometown Heroes, taking groups of veterans on fishing outings. Plus, he's my hero, P.S. You were adopted.
Oh, my God. What a way to find out.
What the hell? That is cold-blooded. It's a nice picture of you and the old man, Nick.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us more about these fishing trips. Now, my dad is a Vietnam veteran, and he used to do this back in the 80s and into the 90s, taking veterans and some of them disabled veterans on fishing trips. He's got some great stories, man. They had a freaking blast on some of these fishing trips. Tell us more about that deal.
Yeah, so it's a local group called Hometown Hero Outdoors, and every winter I donate my ice castle to veterans, pack it in, try to get them out there ice fishing. Let's see, the last few years been up to Lake of the Woods, and then actually last Saturday we went out bow fishing on Lake Minnetonka. That was pretty fun. We ended up harvesting 8,000 pounds of carp out of that lake.
God. Jeez.
So on the ice or in the spring or summer, you organize these trips. It's funny you mentioned Lake Minnetonka. I go out there pretty frequently, and for the first time, I saw the way these fellas outfit their boat for bow fishing. You had like that. It's like a framework, and some of you are sitting up high, some of you are down low, right, Nick?
Yeah. So that wasn't my boat. I was a guest on that trip. But yeah, it's pretty incredible boats out there. They've got some money tied up in that. It was a good time.
And Minnetonka's crawling with carp. Any just massive critters that you pulled out of there?
So my biggest was like 24.5 pounds, and I believe the winner of the biggest fish was 28 pounds.
Oh my God.
And
they're huge.
Yeah, once you shoot the bastard, you just go hand over hand like old school ice fishing?
Yep. Hand line it in. Sometimes you need to take a second shot at them. Somebody else will take a second shot to finish them off. You throw them in a barrel, and then at the end of the day, it went to, I believe the place is out of Mount. I'm not sure, but it goes to a local place that turns it into fish emulsion. I think it'll be available for retail next week.
That's really interesting.
Nick, we got a text from a regular listener named Army Mechanic Jesus, and he said he would 100% vouch for Hometown Heroes Outdoors, best group for outings for all vets, law enforcement, firefighters, and medical staff. So many great trips.
That's cool.
Oh, it's awesome. I've been on a ton of trips with them, and it's a great group of guys. I would definitely recommend you check it out if you're listening out there and looking for something to do to get involved.
Biggest walleye you ever caught, Nick?
28 inches.
God dang. I see a lake of, was that Lake of the Woods?
Mille
Lacs. Okay, I believe if I'm correct, 28 is a Mauner?
30 I'd put on the wall.
30. Is that a personal rule?
Kind of within the community. That's kind of the general consensus. 30 inches gets put on the wall.
Okay, because I went 27 3/4 up at Lake of the Woods once, and I told myself if it was 28, I would have mounted the bastard. Maybe I was aiming too low. I don't know.
Yeah, it's personal preference.
Yeah,
you know, when I was living down in North Carolina, I got a 9-pound bass, and I always said 10 pounds goes on the wall. And as soon as I released that 9-pounder, I knew I'd never catch anything bigger than that.
When you bring these old vets out fishing, do they ever complain about the brand of beer?
No. As long as it's cold and wet, they're fine.
Easy to please.
Amen.
What are you currently up to, Nick?
Currently, I am sitting in my living room, sitting in front of my work computers.
What do you do?
Bridge designer for the county.
Oh, wow. That'd be pretty smart for that, I'd imagine.
Wife and kids and everything?
Yep, got a wife, got one kid. She'll be 3 in September, so that keeps me busy.
Well, we appreciate everything, Nick Locke, and we appreciate your time here checking in with us and getting to know you a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great.
Absolutely. We heard you listen to the show now and again. We also appreciate that.
Yeah, listen, I get about 30, 40 minutes in every morning.
Well, fair enough. Hell,
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
More
Thank
time.
you.
More time than I put in listening to this show.
Got to listen to Dad Fights 139 this morning.
That was an ass whooping.
Randy whooped some butt.
That was a true ass whooping.
From the U.S. Army, Nick Locke, thanks for joining us this morning, and have a good weekend.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks again.
Thanks again to Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, and we encourage you to go to our website and nominate an active or a former member of the armed forces so we can rap with them on Fridays. And sorry about the confusion where I thought we were going to have we'll save this conversation about slobs for next week.
Yeah, I'd like to get into that for sure. How many pounds did he pull out of Lake Minnetonka?
8,000.
8,000. What's the biggest you've pulled out of that lake? That's your part of town. I couldn't tell that joke when he was on the phone.
I get it.
Shout out to the Moped Riders of Death, headed up to Power Cruise at Brainerd International from Honda Elite Jesus. Happy early birthday to Kensington Wrecker HVAC Jesus and DC1 USN Jesus. Trash Hauling Jesus sending a happy birthday shout out to his sexy wife, Insurance Whiz Jesus. This text says, happy birthday to my buddy 911. Happy 34th birthday for HVAC Bowling Jesus. Software Engineering Jesus. Is that who did our Dad Fights intro today?
Yes.
That was wonderful. Said he'd like to give a nice birthday shout out to his mother, who's somewhere between 68 and 70 after yesterday.
The 93X half-ass morning show. 93.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor.
Don't wait for an AC breakdown this summer. Get a free in-home estimate with Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your appointment today at standardheating.com.